Hey, it's Josh here. Just want to take a quick second before we get started to express our gratitude and appreciation to anyone who's listening, whether you're consuming this by download, whether you're listening on our website or following us on Instagram or TikTok, however that is. We thank you. Doing that lets us know, hey, that there's somebody out there. And as long as we're entertaining one person, then it just makes everything worth it. So on behalf of myself and everyone here at Game Rage, thank you. All right, now enjoy the show.
Welcome to the Anime Syndicate podcast. A nice little place for all of us to get together, talk freely about what we believe. So I am your host, Frank, and I'm joined here by Josh.
Hello.
And Adam.
Howdy.
But they don't matter. I'm joking.
No, he's not.
A little bit.
Anyways.
I'm being a little facetious.
Just a little feces. All right. What do you got for us today?
Okay, so for today's episode, honestly, this could probably go into multiple episodes depending on how long we vamp. I would like to talk about anime's influence on pop culture.
Yes, this sounds like a good topic.
Yeah, no, it does.
I am sports entertained right now.
All right.
So for the first thing I'd like to talk about is its influence in fashion / cosplay.
Oh, shit. My bad. All right, go ahead. Sorry.
Yeah, I don't have my phone on either. Actually, I can't since I'm on call.
It's, well, the other one. Well, wait. It goes to your cell phone, right?
Yeah.
Oh, all right. All right, sorry, go.
Well, no, it's going to go to the other douchebag, but he's going to call me.
Oh, all right. Okay, so.
Cosplay.
Yeah, cosplay, fashion.
Yeah.
Yes.
So I was going on to this, and I saw this thing talking about how, because anime has a lot of striking visuals.
Okay.
Yes.
Then of course the amazing storytelling, and then come on, like Japan has that weird sense of order, I guess you could say, that creates that unique aesthetic that anime has over, say, the cartoons does.
Yeah.
It's not that far-fetched to say that stuff will become an inspiration for stuff in fashion.
Right.
And so I went around looking, and yeah, there's a lot of fucking places that took inspiration from anime. Including places like, where is it? Fucking Louis Vuitton, Dolce & Gabbana, Jimmy Choo.
You mean Dolce & Gabbana?
Yeah, Gabbana. I mispronounced it.
Yeah. Well, what did they do that was anime?
They made like bags and stuff like that.
Oh, so like
they made actual fashion sense inspired by said anime. So like say Dolce, was it in
Dolce & Gabbana?
Yeah, they did a thing with Jujutsu Kaisen. Louis Vuitton did this thing with Yayoi Kusami. She's like a famous surreal kind of artist in Japan. She's not per se anime, but she was a huge influencer of Japanese art.
Dude, you want to hear something fucking crazy?
Yeah.
I went to a party with a girl that had this. I don't know if he does manga specifically or anime, but the guy's name is Junji Ito, and he does like a lot of horror related things.
Wait, he was at this party?
No, he wasn't at the party, but this girl had a backpack with like that guy's art on it, which was crazy. Yeah.
Well, he's known for that shit.
Let me double check.
I know who he is.
Yeah.
There's a common joke because they show him and he's like all well put together and stuff, and his favorite things were like cutesy animals and stuff like that, and then he draws some of the most grotesque fucking like abominations from hell and shit.
Okay, yeah, he is a horror manga artist.
Horror.
I don't want to say horror. I don't want it to sound like I say horror. Yeah,
I was making what was it? Whose line is it anyway? Joke. When they couldn't say, he said it wrong, so he goes horror.
Whore.
Oh yeah, there's a running joke with him where he's like, yeah, he's always well cabbed. He has his favorite things in life are cute animals, and he draws these like nightmarish creatures.
Nightmare fuel, dude.
Yeah,
Damn.
There's no other way.
And then they show Miyazaki, who's fucking looking decrepit and disheveled. He fucking has some of the saddest quotes out there, and he makes some of the cutest fucking animes out there.
Yeah, everything's all bubbly and colorful and happy.
Damn.
Yeah.
So anyway, and then so Jimmy Cho did this whole thing with Sailor Moon. I can't Ballman.
Fuck, man, Sailor Moon, that's one that's fucking been around forever, dude. Since like what, the 80s Sailor Moon's been around? I mean,
I don't
Jesus
know.
Christ.
That was like one of the first animes I saw.
Yeah, I think that was probably one of the first ones I ever saw too. Like ironically on the Spanish channel in Spanish. Like, I think I saw
Probably.
it.
Oh, I know. It was on
on
KCOP.
TV, right?
It was
Yeah.
on UPN.
Right, yeah. But I do remember seeing it on the Spanish channel and it being just weird. But I mean, hey, Sailor Moon.
Yep.
You know? But anyways, Jimmy Cho did Sailor Moon. What do you do, like bags or like?
He did bags, I believe.
So,
well, I'm just saying, like, my whole thing is, do you think that these big brands are tapping into this because it is a source of new inspiration of designs that they could have come up with their own? Or is this them trying to get influence into a new market that was until now
The second one. The second one.
yeah, I definitely think probably the second one is they're trying to take advantage of. One of the things that I think I've seen is that anime fans in general are a loyal, rabid fan base. So
Yes.
if you cater to them and you make them feel like, oh, they're making things for me.
I feel like it's now just part of mainstream culture at this point, whereas like
Yeah.
wrestling and anime for a long time were seen as
The outliers or whatever.
like a niche community
Yeah.
or a niche thing that I want to say it was somewhat like frowned upon a little bit,
yeah.
but now it's like that's all gone. Now it's just everybody loves fucking Dragon Ball Z, My Hero Academia, Attack on Titan, and all that shit. So for the second answer for the second option you gave us, I think it's definitely fashion designers thinking, well, we got to make some money off of these brands. Like, we got to get the license for this, and we got to sell this shit because,
Yeah.
I mean, they could obviously do clothing all the time, like
Yeah, whenever.
whenever they want. But to tap into an entirely different brand of, or rather, to tap into an entirely different demographic that they might have not had otherwise is kind of genius, because it's like, okay, cool. Louis Vuitton is going to have My Hero Academia bags and shit. All right. I'm going to put it out there. People buy it. All right, cool. Maybe we've now enticed them to purchase Louis Vuitton bags now. Like,
Right.
So, I don't know.
Well,
yeah.
Also, I think too with like, okay, anime fans, right? There are people that will spend ridiculous amounts of money on anime related merchandise.
Yes.
I mean, you look at the little figurines, the statue,
The wall scrolls.
I mean, shit like that is fucking expensive, especially those fucking figurines, Gundams like we saw the other day and shit, fucking insanely priced. So if you take that shit that they love and put it on a Louis Vuitton bag, which are also insanely expensive, then you can say, oh shit, here we go. Now we're going to get them to come buy our shit that's got the stuff they love on it, but they're going to pay the exorbitant prices. And yeah, maybe luxury items have kind of lost a little bit of their swagger, I guess, in terms of the normal person wanting to buy a Louis bag or like a, you know,
I
like
mean, I don't think that's gone away. I think chicks still want to buy Louis Vuitton. And
maybe
Gucci bags.
maybe the proper phrase is gone. Well, I don't know.
No, I don't
Maybe-
think it's. I shouldn't say it's gone away, but it's. I
Like
think it's
stale?
fallen.
It's
yeah,
stale. It's stale.
It's
If
fallen
we-
out of favor. I feel
I
like.
won't say it's falling. Like, again, I get what you're trying to say. It's not that it's falling out of favor because it's still a status symbol to have a Louis Vuitton bag or a Gucci bag.
Yeah.
I think all this is just them saying, okay, we got the A crowd, the ones that, you know, the normal people now, but there's all these people. We need to tap into that money too.
Yeah.
So I don't think it's that one is losing favor over another. I just think this is them trying to say, no, we're going to go into this as well.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think that their sales probably have taken a hit, and that's the whole reason why they're doing it. I mean, obviously, COVID and everything
this wasn't
impacted them.
this isn't-
People. No, I know it's not new, but I'm just saying, like, I think that now over the last. I mean, how long has this really been? Have they been doing this? Like, in
The
terms
early-
of these big brands making like.
Well, the
anime
earliest
stuff.
one is that Yaoi Kasumi girl with Louis Vuitton. They started working with her in the 80s.
Oh, in the 80s, huh?
Louis Vuitton did.
Yeah. No, they started working with her, but they never
Right.
did anything with her.
Anime, like,
No,
related.
she's not anime. She's just an art icon in Japan.
Right.
Oh, I see.
Yeah,
But she, they did things with her, but never did anything.
Like
so
a,
yeah,
like a product line.
They just did like symbols and shit with her.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
I got
all
it.
right.
'Cause she has a very unique style when it comes to that. It's only now that they're trying to work out with like, I don't know. It's hard to explain. It's like I didn't see anything that was like clothing line or anything like that. It was just like artwork that was being displayed on their stores and shit.
Okay. All right.
So, well, anyway, so when did they start actually doing anime related shit?
I wouldn't be surprised if you said it back then.
in the 80s.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised because, again, this is a hot take, but one that I can back up is one of the things I wanted to say was that Akira
Okay.
played a vital role in the popularization of cyberpunk.
Yes.
Yeah, okay, I agree with that. I don't know if that's necessarily a hot take. I think that's a fact.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying, and so what I'm saying, and then you see that shit everywhere.
The
Oh, yeah.
bike slide, dude. The bike slide
Yep.
is like
Yeah.
the most iconic thing. In
Oh,
like,
yeah.
I mean, I don't know if you ever seen the music video for "Stronger" by Kanye West. It's 100% just scenes from the movie that he just redid in live action. And,
That's pretty cool. I have to watch that.
Yeah, he's a huge anime fan. Like, I don't know if you ever saw that picture of him and Elon Musk, and they're both wearing fucking Neon Genesis shirts, pants, and shoes.
Nah.
Yeah. But anyway, like I was trying to say here. So again, going into that whole thing, well, which I thought was pretty cool was Gucci was doing something with Doraemon right now.
Doraemon?
Yeah, and I just through that I found out that was that's this year's subject. Last year's subject was Studio Ghibli, and they did shit with for My Neighbor Totoro. In
Oh, that's cool.
2021.
Would they make like purses or shit?
I don't
that look
know.
like
I didn't look into it. I just saw that they did that shit. I was like, oh, that's fucking cool.
That is pretty cool. And I guess too, if you look at like I don't know, that store, Box Lunch or whatever, right? They have a lot of shit that's like the Totoro thing. I've seen. Oh yeah, there's like a purse that's or a backpack that's shaped and it's him, right? And so but it's like I forget what the brands are, but they're decently high end brands. So them trying to tap into that market, I think is smart because you're gonna make more money, and the people who buy that kind of stuff, they're gonna buy it. They're gonna spend the money. That's their expendable income,
And if they do it like Fortnite,
Oh shit!
where let's say you can only buy this bag for the limited amount of time they
Well, yeah,
have
it's
the
only,
license.
they only do it for a year.
Yeah, a year. Like if they only do it for a year, and it's like okay, no more
That's
after
it.
this. The price goes up for all the ones that.
If you want to buy them secondhand,
Yeah, if you want to buy them secondhand, and then it's like, all right, next thing, let's go to what you were saying. The what was the
Doraemon or whatever.
no, the other one you were saying that was happening after Doraemon.
Oh no, that was the one, and then
one before was-
Studio Ghibli.
Oh, I got you. Okay.
So then they just move on to the next thing. And
Yeah, they're like-
because they're creating their own buzz about it, saying, "Oh, you got to get it while it's here now."
And false like scarcity, I guess you could say.
Yeah,
Well, unbeknownst, but unsurprising, like even newer fashion companies are. I guess they would make the more sense because they're being made by a newer generation for the sense.
Yeah.
Especially like I don't know if you heard of Supreme.
Oh yeah, I was just about to bring that up.
Yeah, they did stuff with other animes too.
I don't fucking get that. I don't get Supreme at all. Like, I don't understand it. Maybe this is my old man fucking take or whatever on it. But I've seen people outside the store. There's one in West Hollywood, and it had just opened up like I don't know 6 months ago maybe. And dude, there were line. The line was thousands of people long to just go in there. The store is like tiny, and they don't have that much stuff. It's like they have a rack of jackets. They have a rack of shirts, and then they have like a skateboard wall with like a couple skateboards with their logos on it, and everything in there is like fucking $400, like minimum. You want to buy a T-shirt, it's like
I
$300.
think it's just the bragging rights of owning something that like
Spoken like a couple people with absolutely no riz.
Oh,
Yeah.
or money. I mean,
Yeah,
you know,
no
I mean,
No riz, no money, no
Yeah.
drip.
no
no
nothing.
drip, yeah.
Nothing. I have no drip. Yeah, man.
yeah, but like dude, would you really want to spend $400 on a fucking shirt?
No, I wouldn't. That's what I'm saying. I don't get it. I don't understand why it's like. And then okay,
So I saw this thing about somebody saying this thing. Man, I don't want to spend $40 on a fucking tank top from Supreme. What kind of bullshit is that? Like, so like redneck people. Hey man, we got some Carhartt shirts for $150. Give you 3.
Yeah, give me 3.
Well, that's redneck drip. That's what that is.
But no, now it's fucking hipster drip.
Well, it's both, I guess. But like I said, to have just a shirt that has a block that just says the word Supreme on it, is that fucking cool? Is that worth it? I mean, I guess
It's minimalistic or whatever that word is.
minimalistic.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. To me, a shirt like an anime, like a Dragon Ball Z shirt, like those ones you were showing me earlier on what the fuck was that? They're like
Those acid wash ones.
Yeah, they're like acid wash, and they had this one where it was Trunks on the front, and they're doing the little thing, and then Gohan's on the back doing the other thing, and it was like I'm like, oh dude, that shirt was like that shirt. I think that shirt was $35. I'd pay $35 for that fucking shirt because that was a cool shirt. If you wanted me to pay $110 for the one that just said the word Supreme on it, that's not a good. That's dumb. I don't know who's. Well, obviously, there's a lot of people doing that.
The only one I would actually buy is the Andre the Giant face.
The
Supreme.
Obey.
Yeah.
Is that Supreme that does that?
No, well, it's free use. I think it's like there's no one that owns the copyright to that.
Oh,
for
really?
Obey?
No,
think
for
there
his,
is, though,
for the
isn't there?
whole silhouette thing of his. There was somebody that owned it, but now it's like open to the
Oh,
public.
it's like open. What do they call it? Domain.
Public domain or
public
something.
domain, yeah.
Because it was a graffiti thing that people were that some graffiti artist was doing, and that's how it got started, right? And then
Yeah.
they turned it into a clothing company or some shit.
Yeah.
But
Anyways, what do you got?
Well, that was it. That was all I'm talking about
on the
its-
fashion.
for its effect on fashion. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, can I interject? Because there's like a musical artist that is very much fucking into anime. Like everything he does
Hold on.
is that.
Did you have a musical artist
I
section?
think I had a musical.
All right, we'll save it for
We'll
then.
save it
Hold
for
on.
that.
I want to make sure I did before we do it.
All right. Well,
No,
anyways-
I did not.
Oh, you
I didn't. That was the one I haven't started yet.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, then go for it then.
All right,
Let's hear
yeah.
about
So
it.
there's this guy named Thundercat, plays bass, like really good, really awesome artist, a lot of funky type of music and shit.
What was the name? Sorry.
Thundercat,
Okay. Oh,
like literally named after. Huh?
you said Thundercat. I went.
Oh, yeah.
Thundercats. Ho!
Yeah, literally named after the fucking
show?
the cartoon series
That's
or
pretty
whatever.
legit.
But the motherfucker has like in public, he'll wear like the Neon Genesis, like what do they call it? The hair, the thing that holds your hair in place as a girl, like the headband. Okay, so, the Neon Gen, huh?
Scrunchy.
No, it's like
The-
a thing
the
that goes on your
headband.
head, right? Yeah.
Oh,
Like a headband.
To keep your hair back.
yeah.
It's called a headband.
Yeah.
Yeah, so Thundercat wears like the Neon Gen. Do you know the thing that Ray wears, like
Oh,
the
yeah,
little
yeah.
triangle ear things? Yeah, he actually wears that. And the motherfucker has like Sonic bling, like and anime T-shirts, like Samurai Champloo and shit. Like
That's pretty
anime
cool.
is kind of embedded like in everything he does as far as fashion. Yeah,
I
Why
love
Samurai
fucking.
shampoo, not Samurai Pizza Cats?
huh?
I said, why Samurai shampoo, not Samurai Pizza Cats?
I don't know, man.
Oh, man, Samurai Champloo is a good ass fucking anime, man.
Not better than Pizza Cats.
No better than Pizza Cat.
Samurai Pizza Cats.
No, it's way better than Samurai Pizza Cats.
Fuck you.
I'm not saying Samurai Pizza Cats is bad. I'm just saying.
I'm just trying to create drama.
Yeah, so it's something like that, dude. That has become a thing now where people are like, "Fuck yeah, Thundercat! He's a cool motherfucker because he's repping all this like anime shit." And I think he is trying to emulate like anime characters. As I said before, he has the Ray headband with the triangle, the triangle like ears or whatever that help with whatever the fuck in the
It was just
Avas
to
or
make her look like a cat girl. Don't say it was to help her or anything. It was just to make her look like a cat.
yeah, I don't fucking know, dude.
Those
Whatever.
fucking weird Japanese people.
I'm sure they would appreciate that, Frank.
Yeah.
Hey, they're not Belgium, so I don't give a fuck.
That's true. That's true. Ain't nobody, no, you know what? Hold on. There's one guy in Japan that listens to us. All right.
One guy.
There's one guy, and he's
Then
gonna
he
stop
can
listening.
co- then
He
he
just unsubscribed right now when
And
he
he
said
can
that.
comment and prove me wrong.
That's true.
I just would
I'm
like
sorry,
to throw.
I'm sorry. Raise your hand if your country has used girl panties for sale on a vending machine.
Oh, he's raising his hand right now for sure. 'cause
Well,
they do
he's
have
raising something.
that. He is at full mast
Blocked
right
and unfollowed.
now. Good. He wasn't even following us anyways.
That's true. Nobody's following us.
Well, whatever. As long as they still listen, I guess, right? At the end, Adam, when you said something earlier about anime not being accepted or being on the fringe or basically just
It was.
even being like negative.
It was like it was.
Right, that's what I'm saying. I have a story about that. Like I'll save it for the end when we're done with this tangent.
Because
But-
yeah.
But it's fucking it's a dumb story, but I think it's kind of funny. But anyways, just remind me at the end to say it. All right. So anyway, so back to pop culture and anime.
So, probably one of the things that has been the most influenced by anime would have to be the video game industry.
Yeah.
Especially since the majority of our video games are now based off of Japanese style. I can't say that word.
What is the word?
I can't say it.
Japanese.
The way they operate.
Their modus operandi.
Sure.
I don't know what you're trying to say.
Anyway, so one of the things that's found is like the 3 M's:
Okay.
Mecha, Magic, and Monsters.
Yeah.
All have been a part of the anime storyline since way before even video games were out. Except for maybe Mecha. I think Gundams were the first one, and that was Escaflowne was way older than that. So anyway, and all 3 of them are also now hallmarks. Hallmarks.
Hallmarks.
Yeah, I know, but it's a weird word. It's a weird word to say, especially with the Hallmark Channel and the fucking card shit.
Yeah. Hallmark.
Yeah,
You know, what does the hall have to do with like
Marks.
saying something that's notable?
because
like,
it's so good, you put it on the hall.
oh, a hallmark. Fuck, I didn't even think about that. Because whatever. All right, well,
I was just making that up. I don't know if that's actually the true fact.
oh
or
shit,
not.
it might be like it might be legitimate shit.
Yeah, but I'm saying those 3 M's are now they're an established part of modern gaming. I mean, look at one of the first RPGs out there was Final Fantasy.
Square Enix, yeah.
Yeah.
Which is a Japanese company, and the whole animation of magic
I mean,
and shit.
shit. Well, I think Final Fantasy is definitely heavily influenced by
Of course.
anime in general. I mean, obviously it's from Japan, so
Right. One guy that I found that he himself even said that he owes a huge debt to anime for being an inspiration to him for making his video games. Hideo Kojima.
Oh yeah.
yeah.
Mr. fucking Metal Gear himself.
Mr. Metal Gear. Damn.
Yeah,
What influence?
it's funny though. It's funny. The majority of influences for like the storytelling and stuff like that, because the majority of his influence for Metal Gear came from Western culture.
Yeah, like Escape from New
LA.
York.
Yeah. Well,
Well, I was
that's
about
why
to-
his
I
name
was-
is Snake
Snakes,
Plissken.
yeah.
Well, here's what I was about to say right here too. Was Snake was designed with the body of Van Damme and the face of Christopher Walken.
Who?
Snake.
Snake?
Yeah.
Christopher Walken?
Yeah.
That is fucking wild. I don't know if I believe that one.
According to my research, that's what he said, but it could be wrong. I only spent like 12 seconds on this.
Oh.
No, I was trying to look it up, but like I couldn't find a video of him actually saying it. Just clips, like a picture of the video of him, like
I
with the
gotcha.
subtitles and shit. I'm like,
Yeah.
So as far as I know,
Because I think it's probably like Kurt Russell was.
Yeah, I
the
was gonna say
inspiration.
I feel like he looks in the face like Kurt Russell more than anything,
Yeah.
especially with the hair. He has that Snake has that feathered fucking hair.
Yeah.
That fucking he had in the Escape from New York and L.A. movies or whatever.
Yeah. Hey,
Right.
continue.
Great fucking movies, by the way.
Yeah, they are pretty sweet.
but then again, what is the name of his game?
Who? Metal Gear?
Yeah,
Mech.
which is
Metal
a
Gear's-
Mech.
Yeah, it's Mech. It's
which
Mecha.
is one of the 3 M's I just said.
Yeah, Mecha. Yeah.
And then the Guns of Vulcan Raven. And then, of course, just look at Raiden.
Oh yeah,
If that guy doesn't scream anime protagonist, nothing does.
that's true. He's literally a fucking cybernetic ninja. Well, now. But yeah.
I don't know if you guys ever heard of this game. It was a button masher for the Sega Master System. It was called Fighter Black Belt.
No.
It was inspired by an anime called Hokatu no Ken, Fist of the North Star,
Yeah.
which was a widely popular manga turned anime. Which
They're remaking now, right?
Something like that, yeah.
It's not gonna be good.
What do you mean?
Remakes haven't been good lately.
Hey, you never know, man. You never fucking know.
Just like the hold on.
Yeah.
You're already dead.
You are already dead.
I mean, that's cool. I'd like to see it with some updated animation. That might be interesting. Or maybe it'll suck. I don't know. But either way, I'm gonna check it out.
Let's see. So they're saying the whole thing about Capcom Street Fighter.
Yes.
It fucking dominated the gaming industry in the early 90s. So it made sense for an anime about Ken and fucking, what's his name? Ryu would come out. And then I guess they're saying here, from what I was reading, it has like the highest number of adaptations in Japan. So there's like 60 fucking animes and movies and shit like that.
Damn, I will say though, I think it's Street Fighter 2, the animated movie, I think is what it is.
Yeah.
That one's my favorite. Fucking, I don't know why. Maybe it's because I think it was one of the first animated.
Yeah, it was one of the first ones I saw. Like
I saw?
movies like Ninja Scroll and that were like,
Yeah.
I think my first two like animated movies or anime movies.
Yeah. And then, yeah, that one's fucking awesome. I love that. I don't know why. I just love it. It's fucking so good.
Yeah, it's a fucking good one. Not better than the live action movie though.
Oh no, the one with Jean-Claude Van Damme? That's the greatest. And Raul Julia?
When Satan fell from the heavens and I caught him for I don't remember the line, but man, when he's like, for him it was two, or what is it?
It's, I don't remember it either, but yeah.
The day I visited your village was probably one of the most adventurous, exciting
For me,
days.
oh yeah.
Oh, yeah, yeah,
It was a
For me,
Tuesday.
it was a Tuesday.
Okay, never mind. I mixed up that line where
Yeah.
he's like, I held Satan as he fell from grace from the heavens. Oh man, the speeches were so good.
Yeah.
Like it's like the movie sucked ass, but he delivered. Like
So one of my favorite, the best delivered jokes in that movie was the scene where they were watching the car chase on like a little fucking bungalow TV, and then they can see that it's slowly coming closer to where they are, and they're like, they're watching the TV and seeing that the car is coming closer.
Yeah.
And then the one dumb guy, quick, change the channel.
oh man, I will say, man. I mean, I liked Kylie Minogue.
Oh yeah, man. It's
she-
fucking Cammy.
That song, everybody knows her for the la la la.
Yeah.
La, la. I mean, everybody knows the music video for that.
Copyright strike.
Just for humming the tune.
Yeah, everybody loves that music video for obvious reasons, but Kylie Minogue as Cammy is, well, let's just say I discovered what it is to be a man.
And then instantly when you were done, I'm not a man.
No, I mean jerking off. I just mean getting a boner, dude. Like,
Yeah.
you look down at your pants, like,
You're like,
"Oh,
what the
oh,
fuck
oh,
is going on?
What's going on down here, man? My crotch is itching."
It's itching for a ripping.
So one of the other facts I would think was Yoshinori Kaneda, who was at the time one of the great animators for video games, made the jump over to for anime. He made the jump over to video games, and he's directed and worked on probably the most. He worked until he died for Square Enix. And so he directed and did a lot of the CG cutscenes and storyboards for all the Final Fantasy games that he was working on. So there's another thing for Final Fantasy to be influenced by anime.
What did he do for it? What kind of anime was he involved in?
That's a good question. I had a thing right here, but it's gone.
Oh.
Whatever. We're looking over right now. And then there's Satoshi Tajiri. Wait, what the hell? What thing's weird?
Tajiri, also a WWE wrestler, Hall of
Anyway,
Fame.
he made a game for the Game Boy Pocket called Pocket Monsters
Oh, yeah.
that was based around his slightly nerdy childhood hobby of collecting insects.
Damn, man, you got to catch them all.
Yeah,
And then shit, that turned
into one of the biggest animes in the world.
The cultural phenomenon known as
Pokemon.
Pokemon.
What was it on the Cells versus Ash or Pokemon? Like, why are they even called Pokemon? Because they're pocket monsters. Do you put them in your pockets? No, we put them on these little balls, and then I put them on my belt. So they're ball monsters. They're belt monsters. You fight with these monsters. This is fucking dual monsters. Because he made the joke that, is this like dual monsters? Because I really had fun with that.
Get that ass band to the Shadow Realm.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
So Pokemon was a video game.
Uh-huh.
Then it became a card game, or
No.
was it an anime after that?
I think
and then
it became an anime, then a card game.
I thought it was a manga first.
Probably.
I mean, Well, wait, but it was a video game first, right? Wasn't that the first iteration of it?
I don't know.
Was
I
the
think it was a video game
I
first.
could have sworn it was a manga. What the fuck?
I don't know. Maybe it was. I don't know enough to know what the answer to that is. So they're looking it up, and maybe we'll find out what the fuck it actually is. My money's on fucking video game because, well, that's what I know. I know that was a thing, and that was the first thing that I ever played of Pokemon or saw was.
Yep, and February 26, 1996 marks the debut of the Pokemon franchise in the form of both games on Game Boy.
Yep. So it was a video game.
Oh,
first.
so they made the manga afterwards.
Yeah, so it probably made them. Honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if they made the manga after the anime.
Manga after the anime.
Well, when did they make the trading card game? Did that turn into? Because that'd be interesting to know.
I think it came out like in 97 or 98, didn't
Because
it?
I remember that shit wasn't out until after the fucking movies
Yeah, like
and
two.
shit.
Yeah, that was like, well, I don't know. I think it was 2 or 3 year. I don't know. I think
Because-
the base set was like 97.
Well, because would you say 96 was when the game came out, the first game, and then
It's either 97 or 98.
which is Pokemon Red and Blue, right? That was the first.
Yes.
Yeah, right. Those were the first ones, and then you have potentially them saying, "Oh shit, man, we got to do something with this.
We got to do the manga route.
we got to turn this into some shit.
the movies. We got
Let's make some movies."
1996.
Was when the card
One day after my birthday.
was when the trading card game came out.
Yeah.
So was that before or after the video games, or was it at the same time?
Before, it was after, because it was February 1996.
Damn, so they had that shit on deck. They were already
knew,
plotting
they
this.
knew.
Yeah, they were like, this is going to be huge, and we're going to sell cards. Fuck yeah, let's do this.
Yeah, they're like yogurt from fucking Spaceballs. They're like merchandising.
Pokemon the Flamethrower.
It might as well be, dude. Pokemon the flamethrower. Pokemon the toilet paper. Pokemon the fucking nose hair trimmer.
And then the anime aired April 1st, 1997.
All right, so then, man, they were making all that shit at the same time then, because there's
Well,
no way you just release it within 6 months and then a
Well,
year.
look at Ninja Turtles, man. That show only came out to sell the toys. They had to stop. They had to make filler episodes of their own for
Well,
the new
wasn't
toys
it,
to come
wasn't
out.
it the comic first?
Yeah, it was a comic.
It was a
first.
comic
Was it
first,
comic?
yeah.
The
I
which one-
literally just read that because I actually started reading The Last
Yeah.
Ronin.
Wait, no,
Oh,
which
Last
one am I
Ronin, yeah.
thinking
It's
of?
so good. It was probably fucking Transformers was made a cartoon to sell the toys. That's probably what you're thinking of, because that was strictly just toys, and then they decided that, hey man, we need to sell these. We need to move this product, so let's make it a cartoon.
Beast Wars.
And that's actually the whole reason they came up with G.I. Joe, the cartoon as well, was because they were like, man, our sales are tanking. For some reason, we need to get little boys more excited about killing things with these fake fucking dudes.
Yeah.
And so they did. They made the fucking show, and then bada bing, bada boom. There you
G.I.
have it.
Joe.
He's a real American hero, you know?
G.I. Joe is there. I don't know the lyrics. G.I. Joe.
Real American hero. Fighting for freedom wherever there's trouble.
Cobra.
Cobra. Man, the movie, that G.I. Joe
'cause
movie is anime because it was animated. It's fucking so good. The G.I. Joe movie, the animated movie.
Cobra.
It's fucking excellent. Really, really got my jollies going to Lady J and the Baroness.
Baroness. Baroness.
Oh, man, the Baroness in that skin tight outfit.
Man. So many artists.
So, the first TMNT series was canceled in 1985. But that's also the first year that the Ninja Turtles comic book came out was in 1984.
Yeah, it came out in 1984. So,
And the show was canceled in 1985.
So it was a year after, though.
wait, when did the comic come out?
84.
Yeah, so the comic was first.
It was
So
a
you're
comic
saying,
verse,
so
yeah.
you're saying that the show only lasted a year? Didn't even last a year?
No, I'm saying
Because the
that-
show was canceled in 1985.
Yeah, when did it debut?
That's the thing. It just keeps telling me the cancellation date.
It was a comic first.
It was definitely a comic book first. I mean, I know that for pretty much a fact. I read that in the fucking beginning of the intro thing
Yeah.
of the last Ronin.
Yes. I also believe it is a comic.
It's got to be. That's what I read. So, original Ninja Turtles. Man, that original Ninja Turtles show was fucking so great. I
Comic
loved
book artist, yes, meaning that it was
Yeah.
created by
it. Two comic book artists. Yeah,
Kevin Eastman and Peter Laird. Yeah,
Yeah,
so
yeah.
it was comic book.
Yeah, so it was a comic.
Look at this shit. It just keeps telling me cancellation dates for every different series, but one time with the debut. There it is, 87.
Oh shit, 1987.
Yes. If
1
anybody
year
was,
before I was born.
anybody's, I mean, this isn't anime.
And at least what 160 since you were born.
No, that was the same year that I was born. You fucking bastard.
You
but
wait-
in,
you
but in
wait.
1787.
comic.
Oops.
The recent one, The Last Ronin. If anybody's curious to read it, it's about pretty much all but one Ninja Turtle surviving death.
Yeah.
They don't say who it is initially, but it is pretty
It's
sweet.
Michelangelo.
You motherfucker!
Fucking, what a dick, man.
I was making that up. I don't know. I didn't read it.
No, it was.
It
Yeah,
was?
that's who it was.
So lucky guess on my part.
Asshole.
It was the lucky guess.
Which I will say, I honestly didn't see it coming. I thought it was
I mean,
fucking...
that was the one that makes the most sense.
It does because it's like, okay,
He's the one that everybody's gonna be like, oh, he would be the first one to die. And shit, like
well, actually, I would say
it's the
because
goofy one needs to become serious.
exactly that's the reason that they had. That's the reason I suspect.
Leonardo and Raphael would have been two on the nose. Donatello can't hold a fucking attention.
And fucking what's his name, Leonardo. It's like he was already the leader, and he was kind of like the poised one anyway. So
Yeah,
it's like
yeah.
fuck him. Well, why do they need to develop him?
Right. No, yeah, I agree. It was a good choice to go with Michelangelo, but I just was like, when I was reading it, I was like, oh, this has got to be fucking Leonardo. Like, just some of the shit that he was saying at the beginning, and then when he's gonna fucking commit seppuku and shit, I was like, oh, it's fucking Leonardo for sure.
Yeah.
And he was gonna use a sword. I was like, man, how poetic. He's gonna kill himself with his own thing. And then later on, when you find out like a couple pages later who it is, and you're like, oh, son of a bitch.
Yeah,
Fucking, and then you're like, damn, this dude has fucking character fucking developed 1,000%.
yeah, because he was the goofy one.
Yeah, and now he went on a suicide mission to fucking kill the Shredder's grandson.
Yeah.
And fucking failed, and then now has to, well, whatever. You can read the fucking comic. I mean, I guess.
Yeah,
we fucking,
look into it. It's a
It's
good
so
one.
good, man.
And it's made by the original creators
Yeah,
too. So.
yeah, and it's fucking great, and it's heart wrenching, man. It really is. Like it gets you in the feels, dude. Especially if you were a kid growing up, and that's one of the things that this is a tangent, but I just really like how those guys took and said, hey, you know what? We're gonna go ahead, and we know that our shit was for kids, right? But those kids are now grown-ups.
Well,
so,
not the original comic book.
Well, yeah, well, okay. But what I'm saying is, like, the TV show, like, the majority of their franchise has been targeted towards children, right? And so I like how they were like, hey, man, like, let's fucking put something out there for those kids.
Let's put an end game for Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Yeah, but let's make it like, oh, this is adult, all right? It is not for kids. I'm telling you that right now. It is definitely not for kids, and I fucking like that. I wish they would do that with some more of the shit that we
Well, that's how the
had.
original one was too. The original comic book.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. I wasn't introduced to that. I was introduced to Ninja Turtles through the original television series.
Wasn't it also made as a joke to Daredevil or something like that?
something like that. Or yeah, I don't remember.
Yeah, I don't remember what the exact thing is, but yeah, that specifically.
Yeah, because it's supposed to be the same. The ooze that made him into Ninja Turtles was the same ooze that blinded Matt Murdock.
Yeah, that's funny. But that's what I like about them doing that, and that's what I'd like to see with more of the shit from when we were kids. And honestly, this is probably the reason why I even like anime to begin with, is because it's animation, but it's some of it's catered more towards adults as opposed to, just solely cartoons or just for children, right? Like that, I don't know. I like that about it. But anyway, sorry, that was a tangent. But yeah, go ahead.
Go ahead.
Yeah, good.
Oh, go ahead. Okay, so anyways, I wish that they would do more shit. Like, okay, Transformers, I get it, right? They did the little fucking movies with Shia LaBeouf, and they fucking are continuing them, but like, that's not adult enough. I want a hard R fucking Transformers fucking movie, all right?
no.
So the G.I. Joe and the Transformers combo one that's coming up, I wish they would fucking do that.
They're doing a crossover.
Yeah, well, they did it. So originally they did a crossover when they were still comics or whatever.
Yeah, I know that. But,
So they're now doing that in the movies.
oh, they're gonna do that in the movie.
Yeah, that's the next Transformers movie is going to be a crossover with G.I. Joe. And so
Which one?
honestly, I don't
Are they
know.
going to just make a new G.I. Joe?
Personally, I think they're going to go. I don't know if they're going to stick with the same fools that were in the last one.
Well, they can't go Chad Channing since they killed him in the first. After the second
Yeah.
one.
Well, I mean, The Rock, because it's The Rock was in it, so The Rock will
Bruce
probably.
Willis.
Yeah. Well, I don't know if Bruce Willis will be down for that, but I mean, The Rock is for sure going to be in the goddamn movie some way or another. They're going to capitalize on
Just have
that.
to start over again.
Yeah, but anyway,
They should just start over with G.I. Joe.
I agree. They should.
They should still keep Ray Park as
As
Snake
Snake
Eyes.
Eyes or Storm Shadow? No,
it's Snake Eyes,
Yeah,
yeah.
that's who he is. Yeah.
It's funny how the black ninja is the good guy and the white ninja is the bad guy.
Yeah, that is a funny You know, it's like in
Juxtaposition.
yeah, it is a weird juxtaposition. Well, it's like in Star Wars, the good guys use red lasers and the bad guys use green lasers. So that's weird.
But then at the same time, the bad guys are black and the good guys are white.
Yeah.
All right. Well, what
Anyways.
else you got for your?
So one of the other things was the I don't know if you guys ever heard of the Persona games.
The who?
Yes.
The Persona games.
Yeah.
That was that's one that has a symbiotic kind of relationship with itself in the sense of whenever the game comes out, an anime comes out for it, and they both do fucking gangbusters.
Uh-huh.
And I thought it was a fucking interesting thing to say that.
I have not actually played any of those games.
Neither have I.
I've seen them all. I don't know what the fuck they're about. I mean, they look very anime-ish. I don't know if they're a fighting game. I don't know if they're like an RPG. I have no fucking clue.
I just know the music's good.
Yeah, the music's great.
Yeah, the music is good. I've heard the soundtracks on some of those.
Yeah, I don't know the game. I just know the music.
Interesting. Persona.
Now, to get into the little geekier side of things, we mentioned it a little bit before. Influences in collectibles.
Oh shit.
The gotchas.
Yeah.
The first one that is my vice, and even though I stopped doing it for several years, the first chance I got to go back into it, it fucking pulled me in, is the fucking Gundam / mech building models.
Yeah.
I mean, we went to Frankensons and we fucking saw that. Okay, there's variation. There's high grade, there's master grade, there's this one for the giant ones, and then there's perfect grade, which is a new one that they're coming out where they're going to start using metal with them.
Oh.
So instead of being made of plastic, they're going to be made out of metal and shit.
You get to use a fucking.
You have to use an arc welder, yes.
You have to weld it
Yeah, I
together.
was gonna say you have to weld your shit together.
That's just one step away from
Well,
them.
you never
them
seen those
including-
kinetic toys where they're like the little metal sheets, you just pop them out of the thing?
Yeah, yeah.
And connect them?
Yeah, I've seen those.
Imagine if they actually ship a whole unit to you that's 1-to-1 human
It's like-
size.
yeah, it's a
so
mech.
you actually get a bodysuit.
Yeah,
like-
power, and then it has the batteries that come with it. You could power it and fucking.
Well, it wouldn't be 1-to-1, Adam. If it was 1-to-1, it'd be fucking tall skyscrapers.
Okay.
well, no,
right,
he's saying it's like if it's.
Yeah, no, I get what he's saying.
Yeah,
I'm just being a dick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Now, the other thing, trading cards.
Oh yeah, fucking trading cards, man. Fucking Yu-Gi-Oh, fucking obviously Pokemon, as we talked about.
Digimon now.
Digimon. Fuck.
Hell, there was a time there where Naruto was the most popular card game in Japan.
Oh yeah, I remember we kind of like
We tried to, but we were like,
dabbled in
nah.
it, but yeah, it just did not. I don't know, man. It didn't suck us in for some reason. Yu-Gi-Oh was just I don't know. Maybe it was the combat system, or maybe it was just in general. It was just kind of meh. But
So here's the funny thing. The number one trading card in the world is Pokemon,
okay,
followed kind of closely by Magic the Gathering. Mm-hmm. Now, here's the fucking funny part of it. The majority of the people are buying Pokemon cards as collectibles,
so
not for the game.
to play.
Where the majority of the people playing Magic are doing it for the game and not for the collectible. Don't get me wrong, it still has that aspect.
Collectible value, right?
Yeah, it still has that aspect, but the majority of people aren't doing it for that aspect. They're doing it for the actual game. Where in Pokemon, it's the opposite.
They're doing it to display that they have.
the collectibles and stuff like that. And yeah, there is some that still play the game.
Right.
So it's kind of hard to say, what is the more popular game? The one that's being played or the one that's being hoarded?
I would say it's probably technically the one that's being played because that's the intent of the game. The game was not the intent to be a.
But it is a collectible card game.
It's a trading card game, right? That's like what.
Yes, I know that was the intent, but it's like
It's part of it.
Yeah, collecting. Well, you want to collect every fucking thing. You want to get all of them, right? So I mean,
Well, how else do you become a Pokemaster?
Well, yeah, you got to catch them all. So I get it. That's part of it. But someone who's not like the intent of the game was not for you just to get them and just hold them and that's it.
I was collecting those cards when I was a kid. I never once played a game.
I played like a handful of games of Pokemon, and we didn't fucking play the right way. I know we didn't play the right way. I know for a fact we did not.
I've never played the game, so I don't even know.
What do you mean? We played with fucking Chow.
Played
that's
with
true. I
Chow.
did. I used to play with Chow all the time, man. We used to play Pokemon.
The game is so, like-
actual game. It is.
The game is so fucking limited. Like, well, initially it was because
Yeah.
you had to spend energies to swap shit out. Or
Right.
you let it. You threw it out and you like basically left it to die.
Yeah.
Unless it had a cost Or like the energy cost for the retreat
Was less, yeah.
Was 0 or
Yeah.
it was like 2 or 3?
Well,
But that was the point. It taught you you had to sacrifice. All right, this was a very mature
which is
game for
funny
children.
because the anime gave the entirely different approach to that, saying that if you trade your Pokemon, you're a piece of shit.
Yeah, that is
Remember
true.
that whole episode with Ash traded Butterfree, and it made it seem like it was the worst decision of his fucking life.
He made a lot of horrible decisions in the anime.
But here's the funny thing, though, too. The entirety of the Pokemon collecting community, the people who just collect the card game,
Okay.
is bigger than the entirety of the Magic the Gathering community, both collector and player.
I mean, that's I could see that because I think that Magic the Gathering, I don't think Magic the Gathering penetrated the market as well.
Like mainstream.
Yeah, it's been around longer for sure, but Pokemon definitely, and obviously it was targeted towards children, whereas Magic the Gathering really was not ever, I don't think, intended to be a children's game.
It's not an easy game to learn either.
That's true. No,
Games
it's
on
not.
Motorcycles.
Yeah, man, it is hard. When we started playing Magic back in the day, dude, it did take me a hot minute to figure out how the fuck this thing
And
was
even
going.
then, I was like, I really do complicated math with Yu-Gi-Oh.
Yeah, honestly, that's the thing too. Okay, because as someone who's played all of them, I do think that Yu-Gi-Oh was the best fucking one. I mean,
It was pretty sweet, but after they got with the synchro shit,
Okay.
After synchro summoning is when I got.
that's when we got out.
I was like, I don't.
Synchro summoning was cool. I tried playing the fucking free Microsoft game for it, the one on Xbox.
Yeah.
Dude, holy fucking shit. It went from synchro summoning to XYZ summoning to arena summoning to fucking link summoning. And I'm like, no.
Yes, and it's like turn 1 shit. It's fucking ridiculous. Like you could.
You know they added 3 new spots on the field?
No.
What?
So you know how you have your side and their side?
Yeah.
Between you two are 3 slots. So if you are a link summon or synchro summon, you can place them there. How the fuck that works in attacking and shit, I have no fucking clue. I think the thing is if you block those 3 off, then they can't synchro summon or some shit like that. But I'm
dude.
like, I don't fucking know anymore.
That's too much, man.
I think it was better when there was just fucking. I mean, even the ritual summoning was kind of ass because
The ritual summoning I never saw use for it. Like, oh, let me hope I get this ritual card.
Yeah.
Let me hope I get the card to ritual summon it. And I was like I had this really cool one, the fucking Masked Fiend of the Damned or some shit like that.
yeah,
Fucking 3,200 attack points. As soon as it comes out on the field, all attacking is locked and he can attack freely. And like it was some cool ass effect. And I literally had to buy the actual ritual card for him, and then 3 other cards that were like that they say, oh, we take the place of the summoning of that card if it's a dark monster, you know, like
yeah.
and that's like, okay, cool. That took up 10 spots in my deck that could have been used for actual fucking skill.
Yeah,
and
cards.
that's just for like your end game too. It's
Yeah.
like you need all your ducks in a row to get to that thing.
If I'm gonna
and if
put-
somebody wipes it out, you're fucked.
Yeah, if
Well,
I'm
yeah.
gonna put that much work into getting cards, I'm making an Exodia deck.
Yeah.
Yeah, right. Well, that's why. I mean, that's why. I don't know. To me, it was fun for Yu-Gi-Oh because it was there was some skill to it, but honestly, it was a lot of fucking dumb luck, and you could be made or broken just off of the random order by which you shuffled your deck. If it was just fucked from the beginning, then you're fucked. You're gonna lose this game.
That's why I like freaking stuff like fusion summoning was cool because decks were it was a system you could build a deck around. You can build because there's ways you can fuse without polymerization. There's ways you can fuse all that shit, but
Like discarding
and
then
shit,
Monster Reborn it. Or
yeah.
whatever.
Because there's cards where send this card from your special deck to the graveyard to inflict this much damage. Where the damage is cool, but that wasn't my goal. My goal was to get into the graveyard. Yeah, and I honestly thought secret summoning was probably one of the best things for the game because you had to be a specialized monster, but it wasn't a useless monster. It was still an effect monster, and it could still help you out.
Yeah.
And then, hell, if it wasn't a useful monster, all you had to do was have it in your hand to secret
Why
summon.
did you just turn off your microphone?
Because I wanted to fart.
Oh.
And so, you can have monsters in your hand, secret summon it.
Yeah.
It still counts as a special summon, so you can still do your normal summon. Like, it made the game seem more fun. And then the fucking link summoning shit was like,
Yeah, no, that's after that. Once the XYZ summoning came in, that was when we pretty much got out, and I was like, yeah, this is too much. But
Well, to tell you the truth now, there's XYZ and Link 6 Samurai cards.
Yeah, but then I got to learn how that fucking works,
Yeah.
and because that was my thing. My 6 Samurai deck was fucking the shit.
You
man.
never won, but yeah.
I fucking won all the time. All right, I was whooping ass with that deck. That was the best deck I ever fucking built. I built tons of decks, and that one was my favorite by far. The game mechanics with it were cool because they were quick. They would you could just bomb. You could just bomb the field with them. I loved it, but I don't know. Nowadays, it's like I've thought about, man, we should maybe go back to trying to play Yu-Gi-Oh or do some shit, and I'm just like,
I tried looking up the original structure decks and shit. Those things are like $100.
Oh yeah, and it's because it's the collectors. They fucking they're not gonna play with them. They're just fucking here to sell them, and that's it.
You right
so.
I gotta go to the bathroom.
All right, let's take a quick bio break.
Yeah.
All right.
All right.
All right.
yeah.
We'll pause it. Here we go.
I gotta.
All right.
But their worst movie is Flash.
Yes.
Oh, okay. Well, anyways, now we're back after I was blamed for Adam having to fucking almost shit himself. So thanks, Frank, for fucking beating my ass
Also,
during
I
that
didn't
commercial
shit
break.
myself. I
I extricated myself.
I lubricated my pants with feces.
All I did,
That's the audio.
all
clip
I
for this
did was
episode.
order a fart with a side of gravy.
Oh, a weapon to surpass.
You messed it.
shitting your pants. The weapon to surpass
You messed
Metal
it.
Gear.
You messed it. You messed it and missed it in our last episode. We were talking about how the Metal Gear was supposed to be the end-all weapon,
Yeah.
but U.S. technology in the '70s surpassed it like by decades, and we're like, oh, the whole U.S. military system is a weapon to surpass Metal Gear.
Yeah, the military-industrial complex is the weapon to surpass Metal Gear. Oh man, that was funny. Anyways, so we're talking about fucking card games.
Yeah, so
on
I'm talking
motorcycles. But
So then the next thing I want to bring up is,
yeah,
even by their own website, their most selling merchandise are the anime-based ones,
who?
being Pops.
Wait, whose website are you talking
Pops.
about? Funko Pops?
Yep.
Oh, so you're saying that the best-selling Funko Pops, they say, are
Yeah.
the ones that are anime related.
Remember the fucking anime Pops we were seeing over there that were worth $10,000?
Oh yeah, that were fucking hella expensive.
Was it like DBZ shit or?
Not
Yeah,
all of
okay,
it.
there-
Only
yeah.
one of them was it, and
there
it was like
there was two. It was like there was a one Goku one and one Vegeta one that they were like fucking $8,000. And then what were the other ones? There was a couple Star Wars ones that were like $6,000 or $7,000.
But there was one. It was
Was it a waifu?
I think it was like a Mac or something. I don't remember what it was, but that was fucking. They were asking 10 G's for it.
Yeah, which I mean I'm sure was negotiable, but Funko. Yeah, that's funny that they say the best selling ones are fucking the anime ones.
But I mean, we saw evidence of that shit.
No, I'm not doubting it. I'm just saying I thought that maybe
What other fan base would spend like
Star Wars.
obscene amount of money?
the Star Wars fan base.
Yeah,
I
but Star
figured
Wars
those
can only
would be-
produce so much to what anime can produce
That's true because there's tens
of unique
thousands.
characters.
Yeah,
Is what I
that's
mean.
true.
Not an entertainment value, but just
Yeah,
the
no, I
sheer amount of
understand.
characters that's anime, because anime is just a genre.
Right. Well, and you could turn them into pops.
Yeah.
You could turn anything into a pop. I mean, shit. Like, fuck, I collect those stupid Funko Pops.
You're the only one here that does.
Yeah, I don't know why. I just fucking love those stupid little things. They I don't know why.
Do they remind you of your dick?
Maybe. Weird looking and colorful. Yeah, definitely.
Only enjoyable to me.
Blockhead shaped.
Blockhead. Oddly
Watch it,
misshapen.
Chowderhead. All right. Now you mentioned them earlier today, but I was going to talk about loot boxes / snack boxes from Japan.
Oh, yeah.
Fuck, the one I used to follow was Loot Anime. I remember from loot boxes.
Uh-huh.
I mean, that shit is fucking turned from those little things to this fucking. I don't know. You've seen those fucking like Sakura Co and shit like that now, where it's just exclusively Japan shit. Where in those shit it was just like, oh, here's a couple anime things and other shit that we couldn't sell. Was the original Loot Anime boxes.
Right.
But now there's fucking these. I don't know. I've been wanting to try one, but I always been fucking like, I'm not gonna pull the trigger this time. And then I went to fucking Lunchbox, and they were selling the melon Coca-Cola that you can get in those box. They were charging $10 for that little thing. And I'm like, okay, maybe it might be worth this time.
How much are the boxes? Like $40?
From that time,
And what do you get? Like, what do you get with it?
you get a bunch of snacks, and like it depends on which one. Like Sakura Co, and I can't remember what the other one's called. Like one focuses on artisan candies, and the other one focuses on localized candy. So like one focuses like on the Kit Kats that are Japan only flavored, stuff like that.
okay.
I had raspberry Kit Kats once from Japan. They were kind of good.
Yeah.
I had the, I think they were green tea ones.
Oh, those are good
are
fucking
fucking
I
delicious,
had the mocha
man.
ones; those were good.
You know what? We should fucking get a
But
goddamn
anyway, but like I was
box.
just saying, one focuses on like candies like that, and the other ones are like candies you can only get in Japan.
Yeah. Okay.
Like they specifically choose like remember Adam, we were talking to Josh about those guys that are making the most matcha.
Is that matcha's the green thing, right?
Yeah. And so like doing that and stuff so it's like local people like that don't have a major corporation, but it's like local business, I guess you can say. And then they also give you like, I think one of them they give you like a teacup from a tea ceremony shit, and like
that's cool.
they give you like dining stuff.
What's that guy that we see on YouTube who did like he picks the things that people's orders or whatever? You showed it to me.
Which one?
It's like some guy that he gets orders from like it's like all these foreign snacks, and he gets like it's like the shrimp chips from the Philippines or like whatever.
Oh,
And he
there's a
goes
lot of
through
people
and
that do that.
Well, yeah, but you showed me like this video, but like
He calls himself the Spice King, the one I think you're talking about.
maybe, but but like that, I'm saying we should get some of those like Japanese like snacks. We should order some or get one of those boxes, and then we should try them on here. Like we should do an episode about that. Just those. That'd be kind of cool.
Yeah. I mean, we talked about doing that for MREs for CUP.
Yeah, that'd be cool too. To just eat MREs. God, that would,
I think that sounds like a good time.
yeah, it's gonna be great.
I think I have high expectations for those. Like, I think they'd be pretty fucking decent, like meals and whatnot. I don't know about the kosher ones or like the
halal ones, yeah,
Yeah.
but just the regular. Yeah, they're.
Well, the humanitarian ones would have to be vegetarian.
Yeah.
We ain't getting the UN humanitarian ones, all right?
I want like
UN. You think UN's gonna give out shit like that? That's just one we make.
I want Franken beans or some shit, like whatever they got.
The ones that were literally just a can of beans with fucking hot dogs in it.
Yeah, the Vietnam ones.
Or whatever they got.
What do they call them? They literally had a name for them. They call them the Four Fingers of Death because they would always be spoiled by the time they got to them.
Yeah, so but no, the modern ones are fucking great. Like
it's
they got
that's
fucking cheese pizza, fucking
course,
Mexican dinner. Like I don't know.
According to all the servicemen that I've seen review MREs, all of them unanimously say that the pizza ones are the worst worst MREs that ever come out of the thing.
Yeah, I'm not saying that they're all good, but I mean, there's 32 different flavors I think or menus that you can get. So I mean, shit, some of them probably got to be bad, but I mean, I'd like to try them. I don't know if we could muster the funds to try all of them, but I mean, damn, I'd be down. And then we could try. But that's a good idea. Let's do that one of these episodes.
Yeah, all right.
All right, continue.
Yeah,
So
sorry.
next thing I want to talk about is there was a section I kind of got rid of because it's kind of dumb. But it was manga and comic books.
Okay.
So manga, yeah, it's dumb because they predate anime, usually.
Yeah.
But we're gonna bring that comic book one back down to this section, which was art. And the first step is fucking fan art.
Rule 34.
Huh?
Nothing. Nothing.
So fan art, yeah, can also. Hell, it's even played a part in anime in the sense where what's her name? Bubble Girl from My Hero Academia was a fan art, and they decided to make her a character. It was a competition, but still. And then you see, like, I don't know. I've seen a lot of artists and stuff, and people talk about how just doing fan shit is the beginning of it, i.e., fan art. Team 4-Star, Kaiser Neko, he's one of the founders and he's their main editor. And he got his start in editing just by doing fucking AMVs back in the day, if you remember those.
Yeah.
And that's how he started out. He's a really good editor now, allegedly. I don't have anything to compare him to because no one else talks about their shit like he does.
What else does he do other than their Dragon Ball or whatever bridge
Well,
shit?
now it's their
Like, does he do editing? Like, people hire him to edit their shit?
probably not.
No.
I wouldn't doubt it, but I'm gonna.
I'm not saying I was just curious if he did
Probably
anything
doesn't
else.
have time. If he's doing anything,
All
he's
their stuff?
He's probably doing everything that he's taking.
Well, they ended the DBZA, so right now they're doing what's it called, Hiffle, which was a joke in the DBZA because Goku's not allowed to say hell, so he calls it Hiffle.
Hiffle?
Yeah. So now they made it into a show called Hiffle, where it stands for Home for Infinite Losers.
Oh, okay.
So it's basically all the villains that died, and they're in hell being tortured, essentially.
Okay.
Or they're in a fucking group therapy session and trying to make them into good guys. And
Excuse me.
which is cool because I mentioned earlier the whole what I talked about Cell versus Pokemon, whatever, was this little skit that they made to They made little animations of like Cell versus King of the Hill, Cell versus Yu-Gi-Oh, Cell versus Pokemon. It was just little cute things. They little like 2-3 minute long videos they did.
Yeah.
So there's this guy called Devil Artemis who took that and made an entire channel based off of that shit. And like he has really good animation in the sense that if it's YouTube animation. So they actually ended up hiring him to do full animation for them.
Okay.
And so yeah. He's from now I can say he's editing those and even then they have editors on staff too. So I don't know if so I couldn't say what I don't know. I'm not part of their operation, so I don't know what the fuck they're doing right now.
Yeah.
Which is funny. They were saying that they got more subscribers since they ended Dragon Ball Z Abridged than they did when they had Dragon Ball Z Abridged.
That's funny.
That's according to them, so I don't know if it's how truthful or not it is. So anyway, saying like talking about how fan art has influenced the art genre in the sense that a lot of people got their start by doing fan art. And it makes sense. Like you can get your own. Everybody who's ever watched any anime, I'm sure even you two have OCs, characters you created of your own volition of based off of animes you've seen, and then you try to incorporate them into your own show, into that show. And so what's the next step? I'm gonna draw how they look. Oh, I'm gonna give him a sick Gatling gun. I'm gonna give him 2 sick Gatling guns. And if it's Josh, I'm gonna make his dick a Gatling gun.
Yeah, you're right. And then this guy, he's gonna fuck with it. That's what's about to happen.
Goes
6 inches, more like 6 barrels, bitch.
Anyway, so that's I don't know. You guys have any thoughts on that?
I think that I don't know if maybe it's just anime specific, but I mean fan art and what is it? What are those fucking internet stories that people make? Fanfic.
Yeah,
Fanfiction.
I feel like that's been around forever. But I do think that anime does have a disproportionate amount of that. And especially in, like Adam had said, the Rule 34.
Pornography realm.
Yeah, it is. Anime has the cake, takes the cake on that, I think. I think they have.
I don't know if you guys seen that commercial for McDonald's where it was the dad. It was like it was animated, like I think it was Korean or Japanese, I can't remember. And they had a little girl with pink hair, and the mom had slight rose hair and shit. And fucking not even 2 days later, there's already a fucking tab in it for Pornhub and shit.
The family fucking porn from the Japanese McDonald's commercial. Jesus Christ!
I don't know if it's been.
Remember that chick, that AI they made for Samsung,
Oh yeah,
and they made her thick, and then the fucking internet went crazy, and they had to cancel it.
yeah. Oh my God.
I don't know if this is something that's been in U.S. media, but it's like it's not a meme because there are archetypes for women within. Hey, knock it off. There are archetypes for like women. There's like the tsundere.
Tsundere.
The sun.
Oh, that fucking
Sundari, Tsundere. Fuck, what's the other one?
There's all these different archetypes of women, and I'm like, that also kind of influences. I think because I'm not gonna lie, dude. I started watching The Golden Bachelor.
Okay, all right.
You're gonna hear me out.
All right. Let's hear this out.
So I don't know all the names of all the anime archetypes for like women when there's like a harem anime.
Yeah.
But I am inclined to believe that the harem anime fucking tropes,
the formula,
exist within the Golden, or actually just the Bachelor television show itself, because basically what I've noticed in the first episode, I've seen a few of the other seasons. Like I lose interest like afterwards because like it's just funny to me to watch those things.
Yeah.
But what ends up happening is like they have characters or people. I think they're people.
Yeah.
Where they have like this one thing about them and then they dial it up to 11. So in the Golden Bachelor, there's this woman who was like kind of like the rebel character. So she came in on a motorcycle and she was very, I don't know if it was like crass or whatever, but she was like in your face about wanting to be with this bachelor on the first fucking episode.
Yeah.
And that is her archetype. And then there was another one that was like,
yeah, it's almost like those shows are scripted or something.
Exactly. So I don't know, man. There's something about like harem animes and just like television in the U.S. with the harem like dating.
Well, yeah, I mean that's what those shows are. They are literally the harem anime turned into a game show, basically.
Yeah, and it's just weird, but like I was just kind of like thinking about that concept the other day, and it's just kind of weird that we're talking about anime now. But yeah, I don't know, man. I just think if there's one other aspect maybe that anime has influenced maybe U.S. media is like the dating form, the dating
Game
contest,
show? Yeah.
like game show type of thing. Maybe that was
You may be onto something there. We might have to just watch the first episode of that just to see if
just
we can
because
see
like
it.
like there's
No, this was Adam's whole plan, right?
was to get us to watch the Golden Bachelor.
The whole
You
purpose.
sneaky bastard.
yeah
Game Rage magazine. All of this was just the long con.
yeah because look there's been dating games in the past, right?
Yeah.
But at some point there was harem animes.
There's been 15 that's been made just in the moment you've had that thought.
right, yeah, like just within the last 5 minutes that we just been talking about this. But
And now those 15 now have fucking
Spin-offs.
34
there's
names.
spin-offs,
Yeah.
No,
But-
now that someone ruled 34 of them already.
yeah, so I don't know, man. I just think that if there's one thing that I could speculate or have a conspiracy theory on is that harem anime inspired U.S. media with the new harem dating game contest television format.
How do you suppose that went down, right? They're having this meeting, and then a dude comes in, wiping the coke off of his nose and goes, all right, you guys,
I got the
I
next.
just saw this fucking thing in Japan, all right? So weirdest shit ever. It's like this thing, it's animated. He's got this guy, and he's
There's
got
a vending machine for some reason.
There's 50 different women, and he's like doing stuff with them. All right, guys, what if we have one guy, and he's trying to get all these women, and all the women want to be with him, and we make it a game show, right? What if we do that? And then they're like, well, wait a minute, how's that going to work? Like, how do we just get all these bitches? What if they're just the same people? Who
Battle
cares?
Royale.
No, you guys. All right.
Each one of them is going to have
Each
their
one of them
own unique
will have its,
personality.
will have its own. We'll write it. It'll be scripted. It'll be amazing. And then they're like, "Fuck, this might be good." And then they do it. And then now here we are, fucking 20 years later, and now they're doing it with old people with the Golden Bachelor.
Yeah.
Man,
I was in it. I don't know if you ever saw that one thing. I think it was in Holland or some shit where they had a competition with like 10 guys.
Yeah.
And they had like a couple months or whatever. And like every week they'll vote somebody off. And the whole purpose of the game was that you got to try to figure out. It's a room full of gay guys, and they got to find out who the one straight guy is. But then it comes to find out that all of them were straight. It was just to see what they would do.
damn, that's pretty good.
Yeah.
Or like those Japanese game shows where they have an active shooter.
You call them game shows. I call them fucking trauma simulators.
I mean, that's what they are, but they come in and they have like an active shooter, or the one that's like the sniper, and everybody's sitting in the office building, and all of a sudden the glass breaks, and this dude his chest explodes, and then everybody starts getting shot, and then this guy's just fucking freaking out, he's crying, and then they come in and they're like, "Oh, just kidding, it's hilarious."
All right, here's all right. Let's just get back on the topic of the archetypes of anime
harems.
women.
Yeah.
So there's the tsundere,
Okay.
which is
the crazy one.
the one that acts mean and is sometimes violent outside,
No, not sometimes. Will fucking gut you if you look at another woman.
but it's sweet on the inside. The yandere is acts sweet and cute on the
Outside.
On the outside,
But
But it's a
Mean
fucking
bitch.
it's an
Yeah.
axe wielding monster on the inside.
yeah. So like, I think as we go through the Golden Bachelor, I'm not talking about you guys specifically, just myself, but as I go through the Golden Bachelor, I'm going to be looking out for these. I'm telling you, dude, they're like one-dimensional characters somewhat in the sense that, like, whatever their thing is, like the girl with the motorcycle,
Yeah.
oh, she's adventurous, she's that, she's
Right, yeah.
and the other one is like, you know, the other one's kind of a little shy or a little sweet, and that's like her angle.
The
like,
innocent one. There's the innocent one.
yeah, so like basically that's what I believe is going on with. So
I understand. Like, check this out. Would you not fucking come out swinging after this?
Man, he's butt ass naked, or
Yeah, he's butt ass naked.
oh, I've seen this one. They literally launch him out of the massage chair like a rocket. Oh yeah, then he goes out. He's outside of the snow.
man. Fucking butt ass naked. Fucking -2-degree weather.
Damn, is he even? He's not even seatbelted in, dude. He can fly off of that at any time.
that's too good.
That is, man.
I know you guys can't see this, but there's a guy like that was at a resort or something. He was chilling,
Yeah, it's a spa resort.
and he was sitting in a recliner, and apparently that thing launched itself at the
It
fucking.
literally turns and it just, and then the wall opens and he just goes out into the snow. And he's just,
And you just see a bunch of families skiing, and the kid's like, I'm gay now.
man, you know what's funny is for a society that really is very orderly and whatnot, they have some extreme fucking pranks that they do, man.
Or you.
You know, it was funny, dude, because I was watching this whole thing about it. There are like no trash cans in public in Japan.
Why? Because people just keep their own trash and they don't fucking throw it all over the place.
You know,
like
you're
assholes?
supposed to go to like a 7-Eleven or something and throw it away. That's where you find trash cans. But out in like the streets and shit, you won't see trash cans.
Maybe because they expect people to.
Yeah, no,
not
that's
do
the
it.
expectation. Yeah. But I'm just saying, you do that shit in America. In America, you can put a trash can, and we're still gonna throw our trash around the trash can.
Now that you mention it, I don't think I've ever seen a trash can in a fucking anime outside.
I have.
Like, if you're like, I'm thinking specifically for some reason of like Bleach. Like, when they're
there's
walking
animes
downtown, I'd never fucking see. I don't think I've ever seen trash cans outside.
Yeah, mostly they'll just crush it and throw it. And in Japan, oh my god, he's
Yeah.
a bad boy.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
us, we're like, okay, he's
Or
just
like,
some kid.
Yeah, he's just some dude throwing away the trash, you know, in public, on the street, taking a shit.
So I guess that's why like convenience stores are insanely popular in Japan because I'm throwing away my trash. Might as well get something else to
I
drink.
might as well get something.
This shit isn't as unhealthy as what we got.
Actually, it's way more unhealthy.
They have more unhealthy shit.
Don't get me wrong. If they made the food they made in Japan here in America, it'd be some of the healthiest shit in the world. But because we use I think it was 18. We have 18 or 17 allowed preservatives in the United States and dyes. So there's a limit of what you can use. In Japan, there is none. So you can literally use one that is guaranteed to give you cancer, and you can do it you can do that shit in Japan.
But you don't think okay, so they have the eggs, right? Like the eggs, they have some way of
Again, that's not chemical thing. That's just the
But-
natural birth things of the way they work things. Just like their fucking cows for the Kobe beef.
Yeah.
I'm talking about preservatives here, like food to keep food fresh.
I get that, yeah, but I think for the amount of care that they put into cows or even chickens to raise the eggs and shit, that they would put the same care to what they put in as far as like the preservatives in their food.
Oh,
Like-
they wouldn't be caught dead feeding on that shit to those animals.
well, not feeding it to the animals,
No,
just
saying,
for the consumption.
they have
of
more
humans.
respect for animals than they have for themselves.
Okay, well, I mean, I'm not gonna.
I mean, you just saw they just threw this butt
That's
naked
true.
man
They did.
to the wolves,
They
to
did.
the fucking wolves.
Literal wolves, all right? I'm sure there's a video where they put him literally in a wolf pit and they fucking let him get eaten. I'm sure that exists.
Yeah, you know what? I concede.
I'm like, see, I changed your mind just like I changed Josh's mind on Uber Eats.
Yeah,
being
no,
replaced
that's
by
true.
robots.
That's true. Yeah, well, people being that robots should be running everything or doing all the menial labor jobs. That's a good point.
All right. So
Excuse me.
now to continue on to fan art, which a lot of these guys kind of evolve into, especially when you go to conventions or even Frankenstein's.
Yeah.
we saw a couple there. Is artist commissions
Yes.
where
Yeah.
people like us. How we talked to a guy out there to make us a sign and shit.
Oh yeah,
So that's one thing that's cool about it. This is where you could take a hobby like making your own fan art and shit and transform it into a lucrative career, especially if you're doing porn.
yeah.
Yes.
there was this guy telling me, I made $100,000 a year. I made $100,000 this year by drawing My Little Pony porn. I used to be a surgeon. This is more money. Like he's like, you can see the look in his eyes. I'm dead inside because I am a fucking whore. I went to medical school for 10 years and I'm doing this.
I got more money out of this than I ever did in my entire career as a doctor.
Yeah. Paid off
Hey.
all his student loans.
Hey, dude,
I'm sure.
I don't. Whatever works, man.
right? And then to take that a step further, there's a special name for them. I just call them Twitch artists.
Uh-huh.
And that's when there's Twitch and the YouTube ones. Like the YouTube ones are where they just show them drawing. It's a time lapse of them drawing.
Oh, okay.
That was actually the inspiration for our logo.
Yeah.
Them drawing the thing.
Yeah.
But then there's ones on Twitch where it's obviously not time lapse because it's live, but it's just them having a chill session with chat and then having filming them doing, say, a commission they got paid to do. And again, that's just another avenue that has been increased, that one, not only they have increased themselves, but Twitch has increased from it.
Yeah.
If you get my meaning.
Right.
I don't know, thoughts?
Yeah, I don't know maybe if that's directly anime related. I mean, I'm sure anime has had, because people are making commissions of anime.
Again, you're going to talk about something that's more... Remember, you even said yourself, anime has the more disproportionate aspect of this market.
Yeah. Well, of like that fan sub or fan fiction or whatever stuff.
I would even say for fan art.
Yeah, well, that's what I'm saying. I think the fan art, that's probably where it's these people who are doing these commissions. They're probably it's probably anime related, right?
And that's probably where they got their start, was by doing their own fan animations for an OC character.
And that's the thing.
Anime.
Yeah, and that's the thing too, that somebody who is good at being an artist, I mean, that's something that's a tangible asset that you can show people and say, hey, I'm good at drawing. I can do, look at this. I'm going to make my own things and show you them, and then they say, oh, hey, I like that. Hey, let me pay you money. Could you do? I want a Super Saiyan Goku fucking thing. Oh yeah, let me try that, and they do it, and then oh shit, that looks great. Yeah, cool, and then it just snowballs from there.
Make me look like a DBZ character.
Yeah. Oh, exactly.
Yeah.
Shit, we should commission somebody to make all of us.
No,
look
we
like,
have AI for that now.
Oh, that's true. Can we upload our photos and make them make like
I sent you that thing.
Yeah, but was that uploading photos? Like, could you do
One of them was.
Oh, that was just editing though. That wasn't
the last one I sent you was about it was a picture of a volcano, and he highlighted highlighted where he wanted it to be animated, and it started bubbling and churning.
Right, but I was saying like, oh, could we upload our photos and then say?
I've sent you a bunch of videos of that.
Yeah,
one of those websites was uploading a picture of yourself and modifying it.
Yeah.
I thought of an idea maybe
right.
of how anime has influenced.
I thought you were going to say, I have an idea for something. And I was like, the next day we were all in jail.
Yes.
Well, remember that thing I sent you where it was the me trying to convince the boys to do a podcast?
Oh, yeah.
And then it shows them at the lineup, us after the first episode airs.
And they're just like in a lineup, just fucking with taking the mug shots. Anyway, what's your idea of how...
Not idea, your expression.
Yeah.
I don't know. Let's just see where we can go with it. But okay, so you know how like in animes the voice actors actually go to schools and shit so that they can deliver the lines in a really convincing fashion with the right emotion.
Yeah, you mean like acting school?
Yeah, for voice acting.
Yeah.
All right, because we don't really have that here in the U.S. It's just kind of people wing their career as far as being a voice actor goes, and I just think that being a voice actor kind of, or rather voice acting school kind of like legitimizes like voice acting as opposed to like the US where you just kind of like
it's not very respected here.
I don't know if it's not respected, but it's like kind
not compared to like say a regular actor,
right? Or whatever. But for like voice acting in Japan, there's like a seriousness to it, right? Like,
right, yeah.
And maybe in the U.S., like maybe there's been some influence by Japan. It's like, hey, maybe we should actually try to, because you watch dubs, right?
Yeah.
The dubs don't hit the same. Like when you
they will never hit the same as the Japanese.
They'll never hit the same.
They never will,
because something is lost in translation, right? But not only that,
well, it's funny too because the Japanese say the exact same thing. They don't watch American cartoons in Japanese. They watch them with the English dubs.
Yeah,
because they said the exact same reason. You lose something, it doesn't feel the same.
Yeah, because whatever emotion that you're trying to hit at some specific moment in Japanese that like you can't exactly like
it doesn't translate over. Exactly.
Yeah.
What's this guy? What was? Sorry. Continue. This is back to the voice actor thing, but I'll talk about that later.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. I just maybe think that. I don't know if there will ever be a school for like voice acting here. I mean, we have our notable people like Mark Hamill, Kevin Conroy, Tara Strong, and a lot of it is kind of like the DC related voice actors and shit. But there's no formal.
Well, you
thing.
say that, but the majority of the most famous voice actors are ones who do Japanese anime.
Japanese,
like the cast of Critical Role, Johnny Young Bosch, Chris Sabat.
But they're outliers of like the entire.
But I'm saying when it comes to thinking about voice actors,
the
ones that voice Japanese anime are the ones that usually get thought of first because, again, like Josh said, the more disproportionate fans of voice acting are going to be anime fans.
Yeah.
So like even me, I fucking Kevin Conroy and Mark Hamill will always be my favorite voice actors.
Yeah.
But when you said the voice actors, the first ones that came to mind was Johnny Youngblood, fucking Cal
Laura
Huber.
Bailey.
Yeah, Laura Bailey's a big one.
Yeah.
I think that in Japan, it's definitely more they're more on par with regular actors, I guess. And maybe I kind of feel like in Japan that some of the voice actors are likely even a pedestal step higher.
Kind of like how
like, you know how here we have like the A list and then the like all the way down to
list.
whatever the Z.
Yeah,
list.
there's some.
A, B, C,
Yeah.
D, then after E you got voice actors.
Yeah, I
They
here
don't even
that's
have
how,
a letter. They're
like,
just voice actors.
Yeah, here that's how it is. And what's funny is I do think that's starting to change because if you look at like video games, right? Video games are now you're starting to see people who are legitimate actors be the voices behind.
Remember that.
But they were trained formally. Like there was
right
that
as an
like
actor.
Yeah, there's no formal in the U.S. There's no formal training to be a voice actor. There's just conditioning. You condition yourself to fucking be able to handle your voice and like
And let's be honest.
This podcast I listened to, the Unexpectables. The guy, one of them is a well-renowned voice actor, and he was always talking. The one thing he always talks about is the shit called Hulk juice that they use. Mm-hmm. It's some kind of weird Chinese tea. It's like one of those shot things.
Yeah.
And all it does is helps preserve their voice. And literally they're saying that they have to do this every fucking time because otherwise their voice will already be gone.
Yeah.
And so I'm saying, like, most of the time it's more like conditioned than it is actual reciting that scene. You know what I mean?
Well, I think that the majority of it is if you can do acting, like regular acting, I think you should be able to theoretically do voice acting because
That's true, but
you're not acting out the scene with your physical body.
It's funny you say that, though,
but you're
because-
doing it with your voice. So yes, there are differences. I'm not saying it's the same thing.
You're completely on point too. The thing, what was his name? I can't remember the actor's name. He was an A-lister, and he was talking about when he had to do voice acting work, and he said that was probably the hardest transition he'd ever done in his career because I'm used to using me.
Right.
As
Yeah.
If I'm talking to you, goes if the scene calls for me to become hostile, I'm like, yeah, thing. So and I have that little moment where, like, oh, the audience can see before I talk, they can see that I'm already shifting gears and like, oh, shit's about to happen. He goes, I can't do that with voice acting. 100% of what you're doing has to be your voice. So that's why he was saying that it's one of the harder things to do when you've been theatrically trained.
Yeah.
Because it's going to work against you because you've been trained to use everything available to you to make your scene impactful. Where in voice acting, you only have one tool.
Well, I guess the thing I was going to get at is that for like the dubs, not all of them are great.
Yeah.
In fact, like a majority of them were like kind of dog shit, right?
Yeah.
So it's like there should be an influence at some point for the U.S. to step up their game as far as like dubs go, so that if anybody actually wanted to be a voice actor, that they would have some kind of like formal training, like actual classically trained, whatever you want to do, like whatever school of thought has to be used for voice acting. I think that has to happen at some point in order to really sell the moment of an anime. Like that's the way I think anime should, or rather the Japanese influence should be on the American side as far as like dubs go for anime itself. Like I don't know what you guys think
Yeah,
about
well, I think that eventually. Okay, so you know how? All right, what I think it will likely eventually turn into is how they have, like you can go to comedy school. Like people put together these little comedy camps so you can be like a stand-up comedian or whatever, right?
Yeah.
And they're mainly just horse shit, but it's like, oh, you're just gonna pay money for someone just to tell you shit that's like not really that helpful,
But
it's almost like a scammy type thing. I think that's probably what here voice acting school would essentially become.
oh, you think that's what it would be?
That's what I think they would start. That's how it would start for
but
sure.
God damn it, dude! Like, do you really need people that just love anime and like they don't really have any formal background, but they're just so passionate that like they just instigate to the point that they end up getting a job, and it's not it's not because they're the best. It's just because they were the most passionate, and that in turn leads to a shitty dub because these people are not experienced.
I mean, it could be, but at the end of the day, when you really look at it, I don't think that that's kind of how movies are too. You have, okay, well, you got to start somewhere, right? So you start out at the bottom with like shitty independent films that, or well, not shitty, but maybe they're all right. But maybe again, you're not the best actor, so this is the stuff. This is all they can command because they can't pay somebody who's actually good at doing this. So you start at the bottom. You start with the people who have no experience, and then okay, cool. Maybe your movie's kind of shitty because not because it's bad in terms of like the writing or whatever. But maybe the actors aren't that great, and so that's kind of where you start. And you just over time, I think, yeah, if you're passionate, and it comes to like with the abridging, if you look at like a lot of the abridgment series, none of them are classically trained or any kind of trained fucking voice actors or whatever. They're all just people that were passionate about this specific anime, and they got together and said, hey, you know what, we want to do our own dub of this. And they do it. They write it. They fucking perform it. And yeah, are some of them bad? Sure. Are some of them pretty good? Yeah. So I think it's
the ass if you look, outweighs the actual exceptional shit, though.
Well, I'm saying if you look at like Yu-Gi-Oh! Abridged, which is the first abridged series of all, that first episode, the voice acting, the mic, everything is just shit. But fucking some of the jokes he came up in that first episode are still like mentioned to this day. Like, screw the rules, I have money.
Yeah.
Like, that was Josh's shirt for the longest time.
Yeah, I still have that shirt. And so that's what I'm saying too, is over time, like Little Karibo, the guy who made that, not a good voice actor at the beginning, at the time when he made it, but
now
he stuck with it and kept doing it. Just like, it's just kind of like us with this shit. Yeah, the first few episodes may have been ass or may have sounded like garbage.
This episode may still be ass compared to the next one.
Who knows? But at the end of the day, at the end of it, if we stick with it and we keep fucking doing it, we will just get better. Just like they stuck with it, and eventually they got decent enough to where, hey, this didn't sound like ass anymore, and it sounded pretty good. It worked out for itself, and honestly, I think that's what the key is. I showed
you guys Gohan's Super Saiyan 2 transformation. That shit was fucking fire.
Right. Well, what I'm saying...
4 stars version.
Yeah, and if you did that, if they would have done that at the beginning of them just starting out, it probably wouldn't have been that good.
Mm-hmm.
But because of everything they've learned over the last... I mean, fuck, how many episodes do you think they've made? Several hundred?
60.
Oh, 60? All right, how many...
There's... their season finales are usually like 2 or 3 parters.
Right, okay,
so... It's like 60 part 1, 60 part 2.
So, I mean, but they've made roughly...
So they have 60 videos named out right now.
Right.
A couple of movies and specials. So maybe 70.
In total, how many hours do you think the time is? Whatever. It's, either way, they've spent that many hours doing voice acting to hone the skill that they never had. And that's the thing is where
they brought people in to do voices that became full-fledged voice actors.
That were nobodies before that had never done any voice acting. I want to say they were
nobodies, but they're like, what's his name? I can't remember his name. He voiced future Gohan, you know, when he's a teenager.
Yeah. What did he do before that, though?
Before that, nothing. I don't know.
That's what I'm saying. So
after that, he, like, literally a couple months later, he got cast as Midoriya for My Hero Academia.
Yeah, so that's what I'm saying. So that guy went from being a nobody to doing nothing to have then he did some voice in Dragon Ball Z Abridged.
I'm sure he did other stuff before then, but I'm just saying.
Well, obviously,
the way they made it seem like that was his big break into anime.
Yeah, well, maybe it was. Maybe that was the role that fucking got him noticed, and because obviously Dragon Ball Z has Abridged has a pretty good audience, so maybe that's what got him noticed. And shit, there you have it. Now he got a job out of it, and so again, that guy may have not have been that great. Who knows? But at the end of it, he got a job, so he's a professional voice actor from doing some voice in some dumb internet thing that nobody would have probably thought. Well, I'm not saying it's dumb in that sense, but I'm just saying, like, in the to the anime people who make My Hero Academia and they were looking for a fucking voice actor. Oh, they found it watching this fucking insignificant to them anime series that's a dub on YouTube, probably is where they heard him, and then said, "Fuck, this guy's pretty good. Let's see how he does for this."
I wonder how you can measure somebody as a good voice actor, because
I don't know, man.
Because you can tell when somebody sucks.
Yeah.
But when to say somebody's good, I think
it's harder.
I feel. Yeah, he's right here. So yeah, see, he did the Dragon Ball Z Abridged movie Super Android 13 Teen Gohan
in 2015.
Yeah, and the Machine Abridged from 15 to 2020.
I mean, he did a couple things before that, as he was in video games. What's this stuff?
Here. This is all his actual anime stuff.
Yeah, 2015
was his first one. Was Yona the Dawn Defrag, which I've heard of this one.
Yeah, but scroll down. He was in fucking the Dragon Ball Z Abridged
What's
in
his
2015.
name?
Yeah, 2015.
His name's Justin Briner.
Yeah.
Reiner. Okay.
Yeah, so I mean, he basically really prior to being in that, he really hadn't done much.
It was like 2015 is the earliest his voice work has been. No.
Yeah, and 2015 was when he started and did Dragon Ball
2012
Z.
he did video games.
Well, yeah, he. It looked like he was some minor characters in like in 2 video games prior to that. So,
And then he was the announcer for Dragon Ball Z Fighter Z.
he was an Octopath Traveler additional voice.
Borderlands 3.
Oh, nice. He's a bunch of people in that. So yeah, so that's what I'm saying. So a dude who was really unknown got a break on some YouTube show.
What's his name? The voice of Vegeta. It's Christopher Sabat.
Mm-hmm.
Chris Sabat. I can't remember his name. He straight up he put a post a while back saying that if he ever died, he wanted Lanny from Team 4-Star to replace him as Vegeta because he plays Vegeta in that.
Oh yeah.
And fucking was it Lanny? He's like, if I was ever gonna put a tweet on the wall, that was gonna be it.
That's funny. But yeah, I don't know. I think that's something that here in America, I don't think we'll ever get to like it is in Japan. I don't think that they'll ever be on the same par as like actual
Therefore,
actors.
I will watch things in subtitles. So
Yeah, I mean that's one way to do it.
yeah, I mean,
Like I was trying to bring up this fucking scene where in that time I got reincarnated as a slime. There's a scene where it's supposed to be like, for the most part, it was supposed to be a carefree anime where he's just trying to build his whole city and shit. And it got to he built the city. It's fucking huge and it's fucking great. But it got to the point where it was interfering with other cities' trade routes and stuff like that. And so basically, they went in there and started killing fucking people while he was away. And they show him that one of his subordinates got killed. And then in the background, another one of his characters is like, oh, okay. And he looks aside and he sees his best friend dead for the first time. And the scream that came from this guy in the Japanese version, fucking goosebumps all the way down to my fucking bones. It was so fucking chilling. And like to this day, I'm like, that is probably one of the best examples of how it's better in the Japanese version than the English. I'm not knocking the English version, but I got ruined by the fact that I saw the Japanese version first. And yeah, like I'm trying to find it, but like it's hard to find right now because of the MCA whatever rules that just got initiated. But yeah, dude, it's fucking. I'll show it to you guys after the show. But yeah, it's fucking great.
So
Anyway.
yeah, I don't think it'll ever be that level here, and I think that as more, I guess, quote unquote legitimate actors start delving into the video game world, like video game voice acting, I think has definitely come up a couple notches because of that.
oh yeah, I mean,
Because they've been getting actual professional actors to be the
Laura
voices.
Bailey, Travis Barker.
Right, well, that's what I'm saying. Like,
Travis Barker.
that guy, is it Giancarlo Esposito?
yeah, Giancarlo in Far Cry.
Yeah,
Yeah, I mean, he is a fucking great actor, and he's a great voice actor in that fucking game.
I still like that whole like he was still playing off of what's his name from Breaking Bad.
Oh, yeah.
Where he's like, because they did live action commercials for Far Cry 6 with him. And he's like, going, what? I can be a funny guy. He's just laughing. And he does the whole scene, and like the whole light changes to the shoulder.
Yeah.
It's like
acting. Was I acting? Or he's like,
acting? Or he's like, no, he just does it and goes, see, I can be funny.
yeah.
I was like, yeah, that's fucking great.
Yeah, so, I mean, that's providing legitimacy to video game acting, and I think eventually that will make its way somewhat over to the anime version, where then maybe...
we got some great anime voice actors nowadays. Like, so I'm especially because I grew up in the 90s watching anime. One of the worst examples I can ever find, or sorry, the best example of how bad English voice acting was back then, was this old version of Devil May Cry. I can't remember. Devilman.
Devilman Baby.
Yeah, that was the Netflix version, which probably one of the best Netflix adaptations of a fucking source material out there.
Okay.
It's fucking great. But this is one back in the early 90s. And like, Remember that video you showed us of the Re-Kid?
Oh yeah.
Like seriously, it was that high pitch of voice acting for this demon. Like, you've been pissing me off. I'm done.
He shoves the remote up his ass at the same time.
Yeah, dude, it was bad. And then again, look at the slime, My Hero Academia. That voice acting is fucking Oscar worthy compared to the fucking 80s. It was
Yeah.
I don't know why I just started thinking about this. This is totally not related to anything, but what if we made our own anime and it was like how I got reincarnated as a slime and then turned into a vending machine, but also had a harem at the same time. Like what if we just combined all the fucking weird things and just made it its own anime?
Like,
hold on, I gotta find this.
make a Frankenstein monster of like
Of anime, yeah. And then mechs are involved too. Like you gotta have mechs in there.
Yeah.
Like just do all the
Or-
fucking stereotypes.
Make the vending machine like
the vending machine turns into a
Okay, so if you guys ever you guys gotta check out this shit.
All right.
It's fucking the anime Ghost Stories.
All right.
It is like Shin-Chan, where the company that picked it up didn't give a fuck about the English translation and did some of the shit that comes out of this shit from this English dub is fucking gold.
Yeah.
Like the whole shit, let me see if I can find a good clip of it.
When it comes to citing sources,
Fucking ads.
details matter.
Fucking ads. You didn't log into your YouTube?
Nope. Oh, come on.
Wow, and it's another ad. It's an ad for the channel that it's on.
All right.
You're such a brave, strong, handsome man. Have you accepted Jesus as your personal savior? No.
Have you accepted Jesus as your personal savior?
You're saved.
Hey, party.
That's pretty funny.
We can't leave Kaya still.
I don't care about your cat. He's probably dead.
Like they say racist ass shit too. Like that. I remember that one I always quote though. Like with the bunny, he was like, "Oh, the way he would his laugh." Goes the way he would give me command, touch me. The way he would reprimand me, touch me harder. And then at the end of the episode, I just realized that we could never be together. Not because you're an animal and I'm a human, but because you're black. This is an actual dub of an anime.
Yeah, man. That is my dream would be one day is to somehow like pay like $1,000 to get the English dub rights to some dumbass fucking anime that's like from the 80s that they never were gonna do anything with, and then they just are like, yeah, do whatever you want. You paid us $1,000. This was making us $0. Now we made $1,000.
we need that Afghan animation like
Oh yeah, like that
Johnny,
Chimpo Troopers,
John-
Johnny Chimpo, the monkey or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what we need to find, and then just fucking make a legitimate dubbed version of it, and make it like Shin-Chan, and then go to Cartoon Network and be like, oh hey guys, check this out, and see if we get lucky. You know, I mean that'd be awesome.
That's
Did you-
our
or
future
Netflix.
agenda, dude.
On a
Yeah, that
side
is.
note, did you ever see the sequel,
Of what?
Super Troopers?
No,
I did.
didn't watch it.
It was,
I just saw these clips. The shit they were doing, like he goes, "Sarah, do you realize how fast they were going there?" He goes, "What? He can't hear you. He's deaf." Oh, okay. Hold on. Let me grab my computer. He pulls out the thing. He's blind. Like so, one of them is blind, the other one is deaf. It's like, okay, that's fucking great.
That's funny.
But let's get on a little bit more of these notes. Another thing I wanted to bring up before we go. Save you for later because that shit was funny. I want to see it again. All right, so after that, one of the things I kind of want to put in together was, you guys seen the Scott Pilgrim movie, right?
Oh yeah,
yes,
fuck yeah.
Did you ever read the comic book?
I did. I don't remember it well.
Yeah.
Just yeah.
From what I was told, I couldn't find evidence of it, but back in it was him and a couple other artists got together and created some kind of weird movement where they were doing comic books, but in the style of Japanese manga.
Yeah.
I forgot what the name of it's called.
The movement itself?
Yeah, the art style, I mean.
Oh, I don't know. Yeah. I yeah, okay. Continue.
But you know what I'm talking
yeah,
about,
yeah,
right? Yeah, so again, that's another thing how anime has influenced American pop culture, because that might be the earliest one that was outside of an actual anime to be an influence on pop culture, because when that movie hit, everybody fucking loved it.
Yeah.
I don't know how well received it was. It kind of bombed at the. I mean, it's a cult.
I don't know. I loved
a
it.
cult.
Yeah.
I'm talking about how it is popularity wise, though.
Oh yeah.
Like now?
Yeah, like what was it like? What was that one movie that sucked that was considered to be the greatest thing ever?
I don't know.
You know what I mean? Like, there's a lot of things
Yeah,
like
yeah.
that.
Well, they received a following. It bombed originally, and then later, 10 years later, then all of a sudden, it's like, oh, this is everybody loves it.
So my sister watched that movie and she didn't understand it. I'm like, what's not to get? They said the plot of the movie in the first
It's in the title of the movie.
it's in the title. Well, I mean, even like maybe the trailer didn't do a good job because it's like it was already kind of. I don't know if it was jumbled, but it was obvious to me that in order for him to be with Ramona Flowers,
Yeah, he had to defeat the League of Evil Exes. That's
I don't know how you get any more complicated. Maybe there was just so much shit going on. Yeah,
Every time a new ex-boyfriend comes up, it is explained yet again.
yeah. I don't know, man.
That's true. What was it? How many boyfriends did she have or exes?
6.
And yeah, somebody posted a thing saying, "Watch," because I'm watching Scott program. That's funny. They thought 6 was an excessive amount of exes to have.
Or maybe it was 7. I don't remember. If it
Yeah,
was
you don't think
included,
it
like
was 7.
Gideon Graves.
Yeah.
Yeah, but saying, but compared to it now, where like, you only had 7 exes.
Is that your body count?
Yeah.
No, those are the ones that just fucking were crazy stalkers afterwards. Like, I wouldn't say that was all of them. I don't know. Who knows?
Anyway,
But yeah.
so going out of art, now I want to go into the financial parts of how it's influenced it.
Mm-hmm.
And I would say through streaming services. Crunchyroll, Funimation, and Netflix.
Yeah.
Crunchyroll is probably the more widely used of the 3 in the world, I mean, in the sense of actual active users.
Yes.
But actual subscriber count would be Netflix.
Well, yeah.
But how many people actually watch Netflix when they have it?
How many people watch Netflix for anime? Mm-hmm. Right? I mean, that's probably even less.
So I was saying, like, anime was so good that it turned Crunchyroll, a fucking pirated site, into a legitimate site.
Well, yeah, they bought it. Like,
Yeah.
Funimation bought it.
No, I'm just saying, even before Funimation bought it.
Right. Well, they were allowed to then license dubs. They were like, man, this is so fucking good, and nobody has. We don't want to make our own fucking thing.
They started off just only doing the subs. Remember,
Yeah,
there was
it was just
Crunchyroll.
pirating, yeah.
Remember, it was Crunchyroll, and it was separated into anime and dramas.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. You could see the Korean or the Japanese, like the dramas and shit.
And then they got rid of that because they realized there was no money in that. But I was just saying, like, you were able to turn something illegitimate into a legitimate site, which then got bought by Funimation, which made it even more legitimate. Which, let's be honest, Funimation will probably be bought by Netflix by the end of the year.
If not already.
Yeah. So I just think that was something cool that.
Or Disney.
And so probably one of the biggest things that anime has done to influence pop culture would probably be conventions. Including the biggest one out there in America would be Anime Expo here in Los Angeles.
Yeah.
But there's a lot of other ones like YumaCon and Anime Matsui. So, I don't know. What are you guys' thoughts on that?
Well,
Yeah, I mean, it's crazy to think that something that started off as, things that you would watch at home on fucking Adult Swim, or even like if you had access to the internet to see these animes on like Crunchyroll or whatever,
yeah.
like just to have that just be a thing, and then to create an entire fan base or have a whole fucking venue filled out with just rabid fans of like across different animes, for the voice actors to be treated like celebrities, for like the creators of, or like the what do they call them, studios, like the the developers of like the studios, like to be recognized by those like rabid fans and shit. Like that's I don't know, man, it's pretty wild. It's like the same thing with comic books. I know it's like tangentially related, but I don't think anybody could like ever planned for conventions or expos to happen for anime. I'd like to have it hit such a degree that the fan base needed somewhere to congregate. That's cool.
And what's crazy too is one of the things in my research for some other things is it's not just here, it's worldwide. There are anime conventions.
Mr. Worldwide.
Yeah, it's literally, there are conventions throughout the entire world that are just fucking, I mean, they're huge. Some of them are huge, some of them are not, but regardless, it is a worldwide phenomenon. It's not just related to the US or to English speaking countries. There are dubs of animes that are in Spanish, that are in fucking every whatever other language that could be out there, German, fucking whatever. And every kind of country has its own somewhat following of, people who are down with the anime. And it's funny because the normie, like the pirate or Country Bay thing, the normie version of that would be like the Pirate Bay being allowed to actually legitimately charge subscriptions and stream people, and then HBO buys it and then uses the Pirate Bay to distribute all of their fucking versions of whatever their shows are. That's like fucking ridiculous to think about that. If it would never happen that way, but then with this, it went down this way. So that's where it's interesting to see how financially they look at just the American market and the distribution of anime. Go ahead.
Oh no, yeah, go ahead.
No, I was just to say, like, when they look at it and say, okay, they license it by region too. Like, it's not just, okay, you have this one company gets the worldwide rights to our anime. No. You get the English rights to North America. All right, but if you want to send out an English version in Europe, well, somebody else has that. Sorry, man. Like, you gotta talk to them. Or if you want the fucking German version, well, some fucking company in Germany has it. Or if you want the Latin American or the Spanish version, well, some South American country fucking has it probably. But it's just weird how they do that. And if I know that those deals exist like in regular movies, that they have distribution deals that are regionally or whatever. Some of them are worldwide deals, but for the majority, anime seems like it's very region specific when it comes to the licensing of it.
Yeah.
And I don't know, that's just interesting to me that they do it that way.
And beyond the because I think we talked briefly about fashion, but man, there's people that really adapt their lifestyle to their own physical appearance. Like, they want to look like anime,
like
so
the Sharingan fucking contact lenses,
something like that, or even basing their attire off of like an anime character, not cosplay itself, but like
I was saying in my research, if you go on TikTok and look up anime fashion shit, you're just gonna run into a shit ton of videos of people making, how I do Deku in real life, how I do Ichigo in real life, and like, it's a huge part of the culture, man.
Yeah. So there's that. There's there's the people taking influence from like the fashion of anime itself, like integrating it to their own life, because they I don't know what it is, like it makes them feel cute or whatever it might be. But there's also like the aspect of the characters of different animes themselves that people feel inspired, or like there's something about them that they can turn to. Kind of, I don't want to say they're like Jesus figure like, but there's aspects
pretty much of how they are. Yeah,
there's aspects of characters that people like really enjoy, like the never give up attitude of like fucking Goku or whatever. That it's like, that's me. Like people like that's me. Yeah, the me. Yeah,
I saw this meme I sent it to Josh where it's the relationship between mothers and daughters and fathers and sons, and it's the mother and daughter goes, "Look, Mom," like she has her hair all combed out. "I'm Barbie." "Yes, sweetie, you're Barbie." And goes to the dad. "Hey, Dad, I'm Vegeta." "Dad, no, you're not. I'm Vegeta."
Also, I mean, if we get down to the aspect of like cosplay, obviously, people just love seeing their characters like fully realized in real life, and like people will pay for those portraits or whatever, like
take photos with cosplayers and shit.
with cosplayers, because their cosplay is
look at like fucking cosplayers that got famous, like Jessica Nagiri, fucking Ivy Doom Kitty and all of them.
So
dude, there's even some that are not. I've like, not that I'm into that community because I don't really know a lot of them other than like those big names. But I mean, like, I was looking at some of the anime conventions and it's like, they're advertising fucking cosplayers or whatever that are like their special guests, and these are motherfuckers that I have never heard of. I looked them up. They don't really have that many followers, but you're just like, oh shit, like this is someone who at least this convention or whatever recognizes as being someone that they want to have as a guest, and it's like, that's kind of cool.
It is, and it kind of like validates the art form itself to say that these people are putting an obscene amount of time into their costumes, like to sew their own shit to get their character down. I mean, I've seen people do the lead female on Spy Cross Family or whatever, or Spy X Family.
Yeah, your Spy Family.
Yeah.
The X's usually sound like in Hunter x Hunter, it's not Hunter x Hunter, it's just Hunter x Hunter.
Okay.
So I always just call it Spy Family.
Spy Family, okay, whatever. Yeah, like to see people do that is it's certainly cool. I mean, it's not like my thing, but just
Yeah.
to speak to the influence of anime, that people were so passionate about the characters that they want to realize them in real life is it's pretty cool.
Yeah. no,
So
definitely.
I don't know if you guys have anything else to add.
No, I don't know. I think that's pretty much it.
Yeah.
Oh, I do want to.
Here comes the story.
Yeah, this is like a little quick one. So, about how negatively accepted anime is, I guess, or it was. Back in the day when I was going to pig school, there was this guy that came in and he was talking about this fucking. They were doing like the sex crimes or whatever thing, and that was like what the block was, and he literally was like, "You want to know the one thing that I always fucking knew whenever there was someone who was accused of being a child molester? You want to know how I knew?"
They watched anime.
He's like, they had something anime related. And then he was like, anybody in this room like anime? And I was like, oh fuck. I was like, let me just sit on my hands real quick. I don't want to get fucking called out for this thing because this is not gonna end well. And I'm like, dude, obviously there's no fucking way. But like that's how negatively associated this guy like has with anime of being something that, oh, if you like anime, then you must be a child molester.
Yeah.
Like I was like, or a rapist or whatever. It was like something on the equivalent lines of that. Like, oh, he's like, anytime I saw that they had some anime shit, when we would go do a search warrant, I knew 100% that they were guilty. And I was like, damn, that's fucked up because like, you don't fucking know. Just because somebody likes anime doesn't mean they're fucking children or being a rapist. Like,
Yeah, how does that?
Not everybody with the mustache is a pedophile.
yeah, right.
But everyone that's a pedophile has a mustache.
Right, it is that thing. So I don't think you can immediately say that.
It's
Oh yeah,
the people that have feet, like have the girl statues and shit, and have like that aren't ashamed to put like have naked girls in their rooms and shit on their cars and shit.
Yeah.
Those are the ones that are fucking. You gotta keep an eye out.
those are sus. They're sus for sure. Yeah.
Like remember that car we went into over there, where it was just covered in half naked girls.
Yeah.
Oh man.
animes.
Okay, here's another way that anime has been influenced mainstream culture. The car sticker shit, man.
Oh yeah, man.
I've never seen the end of it. Like you'll drive around, here in California, a number of people just have like waifu stickers all
man,
over their
yeah.
car.
It's
Yeah.
the whole waifu thing is like it's creepy to me too.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, that's my waifu, man.
Yeah, like I get it, man.
Okay, I get it.
Yeah.
you get no play.
There's this company. They primarily deal with like arcade sticks, like for fighting games and shit. They have they're called Arcade Shock, and they have an actual vehicle that the car is part of, like the company, right?
Yeah, it's like their
it's
PR
all
car.
fucking it's all decked out in like anime girl shit, dude. It is wild, man. Like I don't know working for that company would be kind of cool because like I like arcade sticks just from like an aesthetic type of thing.
Yeah.
But to drive in the waifu mobile, dude, like
Is that what it's called? Do they call it?
no,
the
they don't call it the waifu mobile. But I'm just
All right,
saying,
That's
like
what we call it.
I'm saying right now, if we ever get like a company vehicle,
Yeah.
and it's gonna be the anime one,
waifu-
it needs to be called the waifu mobile, and it just needs to be decked out.
to the waifu mobile.
Anytime we go to a convention, to the waifu mobile.
And then like the camera will pan over to the car. 10 seconds. Pan over back to the first. Okay.
It'll just be like a shitty like 1985 Honda Civic.
It'll be a Ford Pinto decked out in anime stickers.
an anime waifu sticker.
Yeah, but all right.
Oh,
I don't
man.
think we can top this, so we got to
I don't think so.
end it
This
now.
is it. Yeah, we got to end on a high note. Anyway, Frank, did you have a
No.
an outro?
No.
Oh, all right. Well, anyways, so yeah, so that's the end of the episode, and
Don't be a pedophile.
yeah, don't be a pedophile, and if you are, stop watching fucking anime, or get rid of that shit because we don't want it.
It's
we
the
don't want
devil's
it.
work.
It is the devil's work.
Oh god, dude, you didn't even imagine that shit. Like